They have a plane?
Yeah, they freaking got in a plane. They drove away. Or got away.
Oh, is it like the twins or whatever? Yeah, I think they might have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those old style ones, I think. Now with Walking Dead, the helicopters, understandable. Okay, I can see helicopters, right? In Fear, they did a shitty job in this too. Freaking airplane. I was like, really?
So random.
I was just like, no, get that shit out of here. That's not realistic. I'm sorry. No.
Johnny, have you started the fucking live stream yet, dude?
I'm live right now.
Oh, I was about to say, it's like, there's so many of you this job.
What's up, Drew? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Josh? Welcome to the stream. We're back, boys. Welcome to Thursdays. We got Chosen with us. We got your boy Deadwalker with us. Link in the description for both of them. Check them out. I actually Chosen social media, probably. So, yeah, we got wonderful discussions here on Walking Dead universe and the game. So we're kind of going back and forth here on both discussions. We just had a wonderful discussion on that Clementine comic. That trash book. So, bro, sorry about last night. It was a big confusion. So I meant to say I won't be active for the Flash reaction center. Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, what are you talking about? But I got you. Raise, this is the 28th, meaning you're streaming on Friday. Well, Thursday night. It's if you go to California, it's still Thursday, okay?
Yeah, for me, it's still Thursday.
Yeah, see, so it's okay. So, nighttime, hey, it's whatever. So, I consider nighttime still part of it. I mean, I do stuff late. It is what it is. Don't judge me. I got NHL playoff games going on. Okay, I'm like back and forth. I'm cheering on certain teams that I want to win. You know what I mean? And it's hard to walk away from it. You know what I mean? You watch the game from beginning to end, so it's like, So when you get into it, it's hard to walk away from it. You know how it is. So, yeah. $15 for this trash book. So, wasn't gonna judge it. Nah, you're good. Guns gain 3 subs. Oh yes, yeah, you told me. That sucks that we're not gonna be able to stream together because his PS5, his HDMI port broke on that, so that sucks. But so. What is her name? Oh yeah, the description on this too is ridiculous either. It almost basically has the same description as season 4 of the game, which I find that really ridiculous. And these freaking authors and shit are just atrocious. The things that they say is just unreal. It's unreal. Brian's stream about wasted Walking Dead characters was fun to be on. Nice. What do you mean wasted characters? Do you mean, is that what you guys were talking about, was wasted characters?
Characters that the writers didn't do anything with.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. What's up, Storm? Welcome. That's an interesting one on that one. Boy, Drew is zooted right now. Nice. I see you growing over there, Mr. Drew. Nice. Good job, man. Keep up on the grind, bro. Seems like a lot of broskies are growing right now. It's best time as always. Keep doing those shorts, you know what I mean? So. Seems to gain a bunch bunch of fan subs anyway. So I finally got the blue check mark on Twitter. So hooray on that! They finally gave it to me 3 weeks later. But anyways, so yeah, going on to the Walking Dead universe. So what do you think about that? Did you hear about the that Rick Grimes miniseries situation with it being emotional, sad?
There's no mean sadness when they say you're gonna cry. That's people kind of taking that. Dude, I literally said this in the server. I said, bro, they say that about every fucking finale in any television. Oh, you're gonna cry. Yeah. I'm not overreacting because that's literally like, what they always say. It's not worrisome because it could be.
Yeah.
I just feel like.
Fair point on that. I think they did say that for the finale of The Walking Dead, if I'm not mistaken. And,
yeah, it's the same thing.
And I don't think I don't remember crying. No, I wasn't. Maybe I had a little frown face for Rosita, but did I cry that her character died? No, I didn't cry. I was more happy than anything.
Rosa, are you worried about it at all?
What do you mean? Is this new? Like, did they say this recently?
Yeah, they said one of the producers said that you're gonna cry. They said that your tears are gonna, or they said basically you're gonna cry a lot in the final episode.
Well, I mean, yeah, they kind of have to say something like that just for marketing reasons.
Right.
Yeah, I think quote unquote it says your tears are gonna be washed, or it says I'm gonna find the exact wording that he said it to, because I thought it was kind of weird that he said it in this way, but
like they probably said something similar to that for Tales of Walking Dead, or like said Tales of Walking Dead's gonna be super good, or saying let's Fear the Walking Dead season 8.
Did they really? I don't think they really. Oh, okay. Some of them did say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be on season 3 level." I'm like, ha, yeah. Right.
Yeah, it said AMC Network President Dan McDermott claims the Rick and Michonne finale will have the viewers in tears until their eyes dry from all the tears.
That's a weird way to say it. It's basically saying they're going to be in tears until they're not in tears.
Yeah, I know. So it's just like Dan, and then we're freaking out. I'm like, why are you freaking out? So I guess it kind of confirms that it is only one season.
Yeah.
Yeah, my take on that is that they better not kill Rick. That's the main key right there. If that's what they mean.
It would be so stupid.
If that's where they're going to go down, that would be.
It would not make any sense if they do that. I mean, that would make no fucking sense.
Right. Now, if they kill Michonne, I won't lose my head over it because it's Michonne. I will probably cry a little bit on that, but I won't die over it. I can move on if Rick's character is still alive. I can move on. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I think I said this.
She kept saying it was a miniseries too, and she. But the funny thing is, she kept saying it was a miniseries, but she was the only one that was saying it was a miniseries. Mr. Gimple over there was saying that it was a. He was saying where it was like a 1 to 3 type of thing. That's what he was kind of hinting at. So I was kind of thinking, okay, one is saying one thing, one is saying the other thing. Okay, he's the main guy that's in control of it. They're the producers. Okay, maybe why is she saying it's a miniseries is maybe because her character might be killed off. That's why. Could be. Don't know. It's a theory, obviously. Maybe for her character, it's a mini-series. You know what I mean? Maybe she wants to be killed off. Have a nice little mini-series to find the husband. You know what I mean?
So, Ray, the thing you're not understanding is that they really said this show is the end of their characters.
Well, that you know, that could mean a lot of different things.
No, it doesn't. It means one thing. It means that this is the last time we'll see them.
I just find that hard to believe that they're gonna do it in 6 episodes. I really do.
I know, but like apparently that's the case. I mean, like
I'm not gonna believe it until I see it on my damn screen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take their word so far. I ain't gonna take it as, you know. I'm just not. I mean, until I see this shit on my screen, you know.
Want to do more than 6 episodes?
You know, well, I mean, maybe, you know, I mean, because they still have a lot of spinoffs they plan on doing. So just because that is just the end of that does not necessarily mean that we'll never see him reunite with other characters. You know, I can't judge on that yet until I see the final episode air. You know, until I see episode 6 of that miniseries air, and then go from there, depending on what they're talking about. You know. I mean, their word I only take it so far. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't give a shit how many times they shove it down our faces. I don't really give a frick until I see that shit on my screen. You know, and see how everything plays out. You know, because we got to see how the Darrow series plays out. We got to see how the Dead City one plays out, and then we got to see how that one plays out. You know, but if you know,
they won't hear those.
If they do actually mean what they say, then I'm telling you this: they're they're going down a dark path. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. 6 episodes, my ass. Even if the finale is 2 hours, I don't. You know, even if the finale is 2 hours, that's still no. Yeah. Because what about Daryl? What about Maggie? You know, what about Carol? You know, we got all these other characters. Judith.
And what they say is true. You're saying that it's a dark path that you're very concerned.
Well, I mean, if you just don't do anything with the character after that, could be, yes.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the case, man. There's no. It's not even.
Well, you could take their word for it all you freaking want. I don't, you know. There's a lot of going back and forth all over the damn place. So I mean, I'm not, you know.
No, it's pretty much 100% confirmed that this is the only season.
Well, yeah, for this miniseries, sure.
Yeah, but you know, what I'm saying is that I don't think we're ever going to see them again. It's the end of their character story, man.
If you want to think that, go right ahead.
So you're saying that even if it's the end of the story, it doesn't mean we can't see them again?
Yeah. Like I said, you know, yeah. What do you think? What is your opinion on it?
I think it's more likely that we're never going to see him again because I feel like the actors are kind of just done. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if either both or, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the actors said, like, hey, kill me off. You know what I mean? Kill my character off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gotta understand, bud, that like these actors Andy and I are doing this only for the fans. That they were done with these characters. The only reason why we do it is because they want an ending for their characters, right in the right way. You know, so I mean, sorry, but like the actors would have to want to come back in order to come back after doing this. You know what I mean? Especially with Denai, she's looking
I will
on Marvel.
see whatever happens, whatever goes down, and whatever goes down. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you were seriously not gonna do, if you're not gonna do, I'm telling you, if you're not gonna do a reunion with Rick and a lot of these other characters, I'm telling you, the fans are gonna fucking blow. I'm telling you,
I know, but like,
they will blow.
I don't think there's anything they can do about it.
Well, oh, they'll freaking tell them. I'll tell them that right now. And I find that very hard to believe that if, you know, that Andy loves this character that much that he would not come back to at least have a reunion with the big characters like Judith and some of the other characters like Darrow and Maggie, etc. I mean that
they might do that at like a small scene at the end of the show.
Well, possibly, you know, it really just depends on how it ends. You know, but then again, well, you can't. Well, the characters you can't do is Darrow, Maggie. You know, a lot of those characters you can't do because they're in their own spinoff, obviously. So, you know, unless if by magical that finale of that miniseries is jumping ahead a far distance, you know what I mean? to a point where all the characters are back together, and these spin-offs are just kind of, you know what I mean, leading up to that, you know what I mean? Okay, I could see that if that's really what they want to do, you know.
Well, here's another thing, though. We don't know where. So obviously, we know that Dead City takes place years after. We don't know where the Rick show takes place chronologically, so maybe Dead City takes place after Rick and Sean come back.
You know, I just, you know, it's just very freaking confusing when you have one person say this and the other person say that. I mean, it makes it all confusing, and that's why I just, you know, I only take it so far, you know. I don't take it so far. I can understand if Michonne doesn't want to keep on going. I can understand that because she's in the freaking Marvel universe. Okay, that's understandable. You know, I was even shocked that she even came back at all, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I give credit where credit's due that, you know, that she came back to even play her character again.
I didn't even think
You know, because at first she didn't seem like she wanted to come back, you know, because she was making the big bucks and Panthers or Black Panther and such. So I was kind of, you know, so it didn't seem like for a second there, didn't seem like she didn't even want to come back. But obviously she did, and that was kind of shocking. And I was like, okay, you know, but Andy, I don't know, man. I find, you know, that one is a little hard to believe only because, you know, he loves the character that much, and I do believe that, you know, that I could see him at least doing a little bit more with it. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be for long term. You know, it could be short term. You know what I mean? It could be a little bit here and there type of thing. You know, but
listen, man, I trust what they're going to do just because Andy and I are part of the project. So it's like, I don't think they're going to fuck the fans over. That's just what I don't think they'll do that. You know?
Hope not, but, you know, I have faith in them. I'm not losing that. I do have faith in them, but I just don't, you know. What I don't want to see happen is that they make a big ass mistake where they, you know what I mean, where they don't do something where fans would have been that much more excited, you know what I mean, to want to see, you know what I mean, and then they screw it up. I don't want them to make the same mistake what Ian and Andy did with Alicia and Madison, you know what I mean. They completely shit showed that whole part, and it was complete letdown, you know. And I have no faith at all that they're gonna do it. Period. You know.
Chosen, do you think that they're gonna fuck us over? Or do you think that you have trust that they're gonna do something good with it? It's gonna be a good ending.
I feel like it's probably gonna be rushed. You know, CRM fighting them, reunion between Rick and Michonne. Whatever Michonne's group is, like that she found at like The Walking Dead season 10. I feel like a lot of this stuff is going to be rushed. So I feel like some stuff is going to be good and some stuff is going to be bad, but a lot of it is definitely going to be rushed. But they might be able to pull through with the ending. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very worried.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that. I like that spec. You know, I like that. Like I said, I have faith in them. I'm not way more faith than fear showrunners by all means. You know, without a doubt. But yes, like you said, rushed. Yeah, could be very much. I mean, in the beginning, what you said, 3 movies, and now you're saying 6 episodes. Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, that is literally cutting down on a lot of content. That is. I mean, depending on how long the episodes are going to be, you know, I can't judge on those yet. I hope they're more than an hour. I mean, if they are, then okay, then that might make up for it, you know, for a bit. You know, the longer they are, the better that I won't be as angry if, you know, or as angry. The less angry I'll be if they're longer. You know, because then that feels like, okay, you're putting all your content, you know, into the length, which will make up for it. Since if you are only given us 6 episodes, well, then yeah, you know, better give us as much as you possibly can give. You know, I saw a couple shorts and stuff like that of them running, Michonne and Rick running away and shit like that. Just little scenes that I happened to run through and such like that.
Yeah, I saw those scenes. I saw all the spoilers, dude.
So, I only saw a few, but I tend to stay away from it. And there's only a couple I may potentially look at if I decide to, if it's not really too much spoily. But
yeah, I don't know. I hope there's a season 2. We don't know for sure, like 100%, I guess. I mean, I want to say 100% because they haven't confirmed a season 2, like Daryl and I don't know. I just think it's one season and it's looking like it a lot. And I guess we'll see at Comic-Con what they say. I mean, like seriously, because the fans will let them hear it if it's only one season. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I don't want to say it could be one of those type of series where they wait to see how good it does, and then they'll capitulate on that, whether or not they decide to do another one or don't. You know.
I don't know. Do you think they're pretty much confirmed at this point? We kind of holding on hope.
I haven't been too into the news lately, but I think from what I know as of right now, I think it's probably only one season.
Which is very disappointing. Why 6 episodes? Why not 10? Like, we're done with 10. Why do you gotta do 6? Why 6?
Oh, facts on that. I agree.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do feel like they're kind of, you know, not sure really what they're thinking. I don't know if they're thinking if lesser episodes, better quality or something, or I'm not really sure on
I mean,
that.
I hope each episode's an hour.
Shit, I would be.
I think they.
I won't complain if it's 90 minutes for every episode, and maybe the finale be maybe 2 hours or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm just
that won't happen.
You know,
this isn't Stranger Things.
Well, I mean, if you do longer episodes, it makes up for the lack of episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to do it that way, at least give me lengthier episodes. You know what I mean? The more lengthier you make them, the more satisfied I'll be. I will say.
Fair.
You know, the more satisfied I will be. For sure. You know? And I'm not going to rule it out. They could shock me. They could give me freaking 90-minute episodes. And if you do that, well, shit, I won't complain at all. I really won't. You know? Obviously, I have to see it to believe it. But, you know, I'm not going to rule it out. You know, I pray. I hope. And hopefully that's enough. But, yeah, for right now, yeah, I'm going to take it as one season. And, you know, I hope they do it right. And I, you know, I hope they don't frick up the, you know, good possibilities here, because, you know, there's a lot that they're doing here. And apparently there's going to be more spin-off series and such like that. So it just makes me like, okay, what are you going to do now? You know what I mean? Are you just going to keep renewing Dead City and Daryl show? I mean, how many seasons are they going to get? You know what I mean? Are you just going to keep on going for a while, or are you going to do them for a couple seasons and then have another spinoff, and then same thing with Dead City, go for a little bit and then have another spinoff? Really hard to say on that one. I guess we'll just have to see how they end and how they perform. For Fear, obviously I want Morgan to live. I have good faith that he will live.
Yeah. Hello. How you doing? I'm right.
Same thing with Dwight. I'm hearing potentially Sherry might die. I'm hearing potentially that, or something of that sort. Which I'll be a little bit sad.
The cash on my card.
I'll be a little bit sad. Oh, what do you think, Chosen, on that? Do you think Morgan will die, or do you think Dwight will die, or do you think they'll live?
I think Morgan's death is more likely than Dwight's death.
Oh man, dude, if they do that,
I don't know though. I'm not thinking he will die. I think it's more likely that Dwight's death, to be honest.
Right. I just want to see Morgan and Dwight And I would say Sherry, but if Sherry does die, it is what it is. I'm not gonna die over it, but it is gonna be a little bit sad.
The thing is, they spoiled the death of Grace in the fucking trailer, dude.
Yeah, they did. You know what?
Morgan could just be crazy and like hallucinating that.
Well, it could be.
What are you saying?
Morgan could just be like going crazy and hallucinating that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. They're stupid. I mean, that's. I mean, I would trust it if it was a Walking Dead trailer because, like, it's like, oh yeah, it's probably just hallucination. There's no way they would do that. Fear? Oh yeah, they would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can't forget it is Ian and Andy.
Yeah, going back to Dwight and Sherry, I think the reason why I don't think Dwight will die is because I think they're gonna give Dwight and Sherry a happy ending.
Well, I won't cry if they do
Yeah,
that.
but Morgan, why not Morgan? I mean, do you think we'll see Morgan afterwards, or do you think this is the end of Morgan?
We might see him with Rick if he survives, but other than that, I don't know. I think it's the
That's
end.
the only reason why I want him to live is that I would like to see that reunion. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
it is
here's what
possible.
scared me is that we saw Lenny James at the panel on a video, and he was clean shaven. He shaved off the beard. He had a whole new look. Does that tell you something?
I mean, it's the final season, though, right? So
Yeah, so
there'd
it's
be
hard
a
to say on
break.
that
If he was in
one.
another show, there'd be a break between this show and the other show.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, he could be.
I don't know. I
He could
just
just
thought it was really
be.
weird because, like,
Because well, here's the thing. I mean, it took him a while, right, to get onto Fear, right? It took him quite a bit to walk over from the main show to Fear. So maybe if he's going back,
yeah, I think it was actually.
You know?
I think it was actually known that he was going to cross over in season 8. Like, I think it was known. I don't know. When did they know that he was going to leave the Walking Dead? It's probably the beginning of season 8, right?
I think so.
The way his story ended in season 8 was kind of a little anticlimactic.
Right. Yeah, I could surely see him going back. Whether he gets a rumor of the group or something like that, maybe he gets a word or something.
I do love the idea of him going to King County. I think that's probably one of the best ideas Ian and Andy came up with. Because we have not seen King County since season 3.
Well, now here's the real question.
We said it.
Was it even their idea or was it the Ghostwriter's idea?
Well, I think it was kind of like, well, we are in Georgia, so...
Right.
And also, they're not just going back. They're also not just going back there. They're going back to Eastman's cabin because there's photos they released of...
Yeah.
There's photos they released of them in Eastman's graveyard, so they're also going back to Eastman's graveyard, too.
Right. Or could have
Really
been
cool.
or maybe or could it have been Morgan's idea? Maybe it could have been the actor's idea. It could have been his idea. I mean, he does know about those
And I mean,
places.
apparently they got the same sets too. Apparently, like how the fuck do they do that?
Yeah, I hate giving those dweebs credit. I really do.
Yeah, I hate them too because they robbed us of Alicia.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't even their idea. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the actor's idea, Morgan's actor. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be like, oh, maybe I can go back, or maybe a suggestion. It would be cool to go back to Kent County, when I'm, do this and do that. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it wouldn't shock me, Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and maybe I could go back to where I last stayed. You know what I mean? No, that could boost up the ratings. You know what I mean?
They would do anything for the ratings.
Oh, they would. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't shock me because they don't do nothing for the fans. So that's why.
People are saying that that him going back to that house is a big retcon.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do nothing for the fans. I mean, I'm
Well,
not even
actually,
excited for
hold on.
Madison either.
It's not the biggest retcon because the house that burned down in Here's Not Here was not the same house that was in season 1. But when Carl looked at the map, it said burnt out, as if the house was burnt down. So they retconned that it was burned down. That they, but I don't know. That could just Morgan was crazy. He could have just hallucinated it burning down. And I mean, Brian was
That,
sitting there
or
and saying,
maybe maybe they did that as a lie. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't actually burn it down. Maybe it was. Maybe they just said that, yeah, we burned it down. You know what I mean, to get rid of it. But maybe it was more of just a lie and saying that, yeah, we didn't actually burn it down, but we, you know, they could have done that. I mean, I guess it could be. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it is what actually happened, but you know, they could have potentially did that. Maybe they didn't get the chance to burn it down, or maybe they just figured a lie would work. You know, which I mean, if they did lie about it, I mean, it did work.
No, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's that Morgan. I don't know. No, it was on the map. That Carl had it said burn out, which means that they showed that they had a map where they were looking around, and it said the Drake family home was burnt out. So I don't know.
Yeah, that one's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll have to see.
And Brian was freaking out. He was going, it's a huge retcon. I was like, dude, it's not that big of a retcon. Like, come on.
I mean, yeah, well, I guess we'll just have to see how that episode plays out and see, you know, if, you know, maybe he might bring it up in the episode or something like that. I'll definitely be paying attention because I'm sure he'll bring up all the kind of callbacks, you know, to what happened before, maybe. Could have some
flash. Yeah, I say either the writers don't know or care about that, or just say Morgan's crazy.
That you know what, that could be too. You could be 100% correct, Chelsea. They could have just not give a frick, you know, because we can't forget they brought back 2 characters from the dead.
And Troy too.
That's what I mean. 2 characters. They brought back Troy, and they brought back that other idiot, just to kill him off again in the same episode, which was pointless as shit. Because he was already dead. Exactly. Nicole. It's so pointless. That was such a waste. Why'd you even bring him back? You just killed him off again. He was already dead. Just
Cole actually didn't die.
Well, he did. You saw him as a zombie in the episode.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure I saw his zombie form.
No, you and Devin went back and watched it. He literally, he just even said, "Oh yeah, we were wrong."
I don't know.
You don't see him as a zombie in the episode. I went back and watched it. You don't.
I'm pretty sure his character.
You do see what you do see is that you do see his car surrounded by zombies, and that's the last time you see him.
Right. So he was dead.
We see characters get out of that, Mister.
It's no difference in fucking Madison. You did.
Yeah, well, Madison's is a lot different. I will admit, yeah.
No difference in Well, if he was surrounded, then there's no escape. Period. I mean, if it's literally surrounding you as a circle, you know, Madison, I could give a slight possibility because if I wasn't mistaken, there was a ladder or something like that to the right, top right, or whatever like that. It wasn't really reachable, but I mean, whatever. If you want to say it's possible that she could freaking jump up and grab the damn thing, okay, maybe. But with him, no way. You cheated death, and that's exactly what you did. I can bet you 100% that character was dead, and they just decided to just say, well, we want to bring him back to kill him off again, so we'll just say that he lived. I mean, it's.
Would he not be able to drive off?
Wait, what's up?
Would he not be able to drive away?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah, he was stuck in the car. Yeah, and he was completely surrounded. Or maybe you could get the car started.
He's saying, can't you just drive away?
I mean, if he's that, I mean, he should have just. If he would have drove away in the first place, yes, I would, but he didn't do anything. He just freaking stood there like an idiot, and then he got even more surrounded than what he was. So, I mean, I don't see how you could get out of that, because Madison was in a totally different location compared to what he was, and so the zombies that were going to her were directly in that area where he was. There was like what, a couple hundred zombies around him or whatever, 100, something like that, maybe 50. I don't even know. I don't know the full number.
How did the zombies? How did the zombies even get in the baseball stadium? I don't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she led them. She led them in there. I think. Well, I know they were surrounded by
maybe with the.
I know they were surrounded by
to the other side.
I know they were surrounded by the enemies. I know that for a fact. By the losers in the very front.
Were the walls broken or something?
I think she let him in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, because she's stupid as shit. To save her family, I guess. You know what? That whole season was really stupid to begin with because it made no sense. You know what I mean? Because that group of enemies was sitting out there that whole freaking time. And what does she do? She sends all her best warriors, Nick, everybody else, Alicia, etc., Daniel, Strand, all of them out to go on runs. While these motherfuckers are right here, ready to gun her ass down. And she's got nothing. I mean, this is her and what, a bunch of dweebs in the community? I mean, all your strong people are outside, all over the damn place. You don't even know where everyone is. You got Strand and Daniel over the frick over here. You got Leisha and Nick over there, and all spread all over the place. And the best shooters, the best fighters, and somehow she's. I mean, I just thought that whole part was stupid. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, these people.
Season 3 Madison would have taken them out so easily.
Right.
Should have dealt with that right away.
I mean,
yeah, I'll never forget how you say it, Chosen. Fake Madison, fake Alicia, fake this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just did not make any sense. And then her sacrifice. I mean, it was just stupid. I mean, it just like you said, it didn't make no sense. It just none whatsoever. I remember now that he was stuck in that car. I don't.
I remember.
I don't see how he could get out of that. Though. I really don't. Not with that many zombies surrounding him. I don't.
Remember Jim, like the beer dude.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I think
And his death and all that stuff.
What season was that?
The end of season 4. He's like on the roof, whatever, and he landed on the car to like attract the zombies because they were attacking his friends or something.
Oh, yeah.
Jim, the beer dude.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that character was stupid.
Oh,
He was kind of funny at times, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like him explaining why he likes beer so much, or likes making beer.
Every good character, the best characters that Ian and Andy create, they kill, which is John Dory. Probably the best characters that came out of Ian and Andy's heads.
Yeah.
They killed him off. I mean, I get the actor wanted off the show, but how would you do it in a better fucking way?
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame the actor for leaving. I really don't, because he went into way better movies, making way more money. But he killed him in such a shit way. It was just unreal. So disrespectful. And then they killed John Dorney Sr. in a kind of a crap way too. I didn't care for that either. I thought that was kind of sad.
That was so dumb. He did not need to die. John Dory Sr. wanted to die. There's no way he just like.
I mean, that was just so pathetic too. I mean, I was like, really? I mean, you got through that many zombies, and all of a sudden at the very end you get fricked. What the hell? Like, what the frick?
Yeah, but there was like no reason for him to die as well. He just I don't remember it fully, but I remember he just died like because he just decided to be an idiot.
Maybe he didn't want to continue on.
The other thing is that Morgan's reaction is like just so stupid. Morgan's reaction to it is just so priceless because he's just like, "Oh my god." Thank you, John.
Oh my god, it's just so bad.
Oh yeah, because I think he killed himself so or like he let the zombie eat him so as like a distraction or whatever for the zombie. But literally all Morgan and like the other person had to do, because I think Morgan had a baby, is like keep going, and John could have followed them. There was no need for a distraction because you can outwalk a zombie. Like, bruh.
Well, wasn't he trying to get all the zombies away from? Wasn't he trying to get away? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he trying to kind of lead those zombies away from the place anyway? I mean, so in that case,
yeah.
So in that case, wouldn't you want them to continue following you? Not, you know, I mean.
Here's another thing. John Dory Sr. never met Alicia. They had one interaction, never met. Ain't that fucked?
That's oh my gosh.
And Alicia like passing out at the tower.
Falling down, waking up, falling down. I mean, dude, I'll never forgive them for putting so much of Supernatural. I like Supernatural, the show, but I don't want shit like that in a Walking Dead show where you got to put such a supernatural feel around a zombie bite.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
I don't know if it was because of the radiation.
I couldn't
a zombie
stand
bite
it.
does not make you have hallucinations and shit.
I couldn't stand it. That was so.
It's not cured, and a zombie bite is not cured by saving Victor Strand.
Yeah, facts. Well, I didn't care for the fact that she did not want to save him, but then her stupid young ass self, stupidity, stupid version of herself.
Her little girl version of herself is a stupid idiot.
Yeah, trying to save his ass, and it's like, why? Let him die. Jesus Christ. He's just gonna frick you. Knowing, and I know the character so damn well, he's just gonna be a backstabbing son of a bitch again. He's gonna do it again, I know it. He's such a backstabber. He is. He's gonna be the biggest jackass ever. And when he does it, I'm gonna be like, oh, yep, here we go again. Thanks to your stupid ass, Alicia. Here he goes, being Mr. Strand 2.0. Or, 5.0 at this point. Because he thought he turned good again. But, reality check, he didn't. As I keep saying for the 5,000th time, that he's never going to change. So let's just put a bowling in his head and that'll solve the problem. I mean, he's just a character you can't trust. He's not. And the group doesn't like him, so why the frick did you send him off with the group?
And watch, there's going to be a scene in season 8 where the group is hating on Strand and Madison's going to step in and defend him. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, that's going to piss me off even more. I hope her character is mean enough to the point where she would just say, nah, you're a bastard. I hope.
Yeah, Charlie, apparently, I think she's being killed off screen.
Oh, really? They're going to kill her off, really? Again? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, the 7-year time jump, there's no way she's surviving. She was dying.
Oh, you mean,
No, man, those butterflies cured her. What are you talking about?
Are you talking about,
the sickness, the radiation?
Yeah.
What about Charlie?
Charlie, yeah. I was forgetting her name for
her dancing with the butterflies cured.
Her dancing with the butterflies cured.
Dude, that scene was ridiculous. Oh, my God. You know what, though? I was kind of sad that the boyfriend died, though.
Was that his fault too that he died?
You know why I was sad that he died? Because he almost got stranded. That's why. I was cheering for him so much. I was like, get that fucker. And he almost got him. I'm like, get him, come on. And then he pushed him off. I'm like, damn it. He almost got him.
Who?
He almost got Strand. Everybody that goes against Strand, I cheer the masses on. Even though if they have the least amount of chance possible, I frickin' cheer them on. Because I want Strand to lose. I want to see that bastard lose. I'm tired of him winning every time. Drives me nuts. It drives me insane.
Didn't Victor just kill Howard for no reason and then to promote John Sr.? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, he did. And even at that last second, too, I was actually cheering for him on, too. When I saw that he was going to backstab him, I was like, dude, just uppercut that fucker. He's a bastard. He really is. You can't trust him so much.
And he promoted John Sr. for trying to to like sabotage
And
Victor, right?
the-
Like he promoted
yeah.
him to literally trying to sabotage him.
The thing
That
I
was
hated
so
on
bad.
John Senior,
Howard was loyal.
he fought him, which was great, but I hated the fact that he just left him there. I was like, really, just kill him. Why are you leaving him alive? I don't understand this. I really don't. If I were you, I would kill that fricker right now. I wouldn't even. I'd bash his brains in. I wouldn't even care. I really wouldn't. How many people he killed that didn't deserve to die? Unreal. Unreal. I mean, I wouldn't even care at that point. I mean, you beat him. You won. Don't just walk away. He's just going to get back up, and he's just going to freaking cause more damage. That's what he's going to do. I mean, you know, how many times does it take to learn your lesson that a person will not change? You know, that they're gonna keep doing the same crap because they keep getting away with it. That's why they keep doing it, because they keep succeeding. It's
At this point, now that you know, it's been a few seasons. Now that I've accepted, you know, that Fear's trash. Fear's become like one of the funniest shows like ever.
And I hope Charlie is dead because if Charlie is dead, and if the first episode or whatever, or however episodes in, they finally confirm that yeah she's dead, I'm gonna pause the episode. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the happy dance. I'm gonna put that song on. I'm gonna put that song on Celebration, and I'm gonna start dancing.
No, Ray, remember the funny thing that Ronnie Hayes pointed out where John Senior's in the RV with or in the car with June.
God.
And he goes, keep your eyes on the road, honey. Oh, honey? Don't fucking call me honey. It fucking just goes ape shit on him. It's like, oh, honey? Fuck, now you gotta call me honey.
The shit was so stupid.
As soon as he says that, she just flips out and just fucking stops the car, beats his ass, and she's like, oh, honey?
That was so cringe. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. I was laughing at that YouTuber because he was pointing out that kind of stuff, that cringe stuff, you know. Oh, here's the Karen. And it kept calling her Karen, too. I loved it. It was great. You know, her real name's June, but we're going to call her Karen. You know why? Because she's a Karen in this episode. Oh, she's the biggest Karen ever. Here you go. Here's the scene. So right here. He's got the gun pointer. He goes, yep, right here. Oh, honey. Oh, there he goes. She's going to flip. Yeah. I laughed my ass off at it. It's like, oh, okay, you can point a gun at me all you want. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, you call me, honey? You're going down, bitch.
I think it was actually Sweetheart, but
oh, Sweetheart. Yeah, that's what it is, Sweetheart. Yeah, just keep staring at the wheel, Sweetheart. And then all of a sudden you get that look on her face, like, oh, you bitch. You call me Sweetheart. That's it. Oh, this shit is just so cringe. Oh my god. Yeah, let's have the old fart shoot you in the head, you know. You know, her character is just, I don't even know. You know, I didn't mind her character in the beginning, but I don't really know how to feel about her character now. I don't know. Her character is to me. She was good, and then she went to shit, and then she kind of came back, and then now she's just kind of nothing to brag about, which is kind of sad because I did like her character in the beginning. Morgan and Dwight and Sherry. That's the main reason I could give a shit about Madison. I really could. She's not adding anything to me right now. Nothing. Because they're writing her absolute dog shit. And I'm only basing it on one episode, but you know what? I don't think she'll get better. I really don't. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I think they always manage to make good trailers, but, you know, they don't manage to make good episodes, so.
No, yeah, and we've seen that with season 7, man. We've seen that with season 7 big time. That was the worst season ever. Oh, my gosh. And they lost so many viewership on that season 2. Oh my gosh, they went down to 400,000 viewers or 500,000 viewers. They dropped so much.
Would you say season 7's worse than season 5?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, big time.
Even them painting trees?
Yes.
Even the dude that got blown up on our bridge because he wanted to get a camera?
Yeah, but you know what they didn't do? They fucking flexed. They fucking.
Yes.
They talked about a reunion, and they never even give us a reunion between two characters.
I will say yes, but not by much. If you're gonna if you're bringing up those worst episodes of season 5, I will say by a hair. So it's not by much. Now, if you're looking at season 5 as a whole, definitely, because that first half was okay. It was okay. The back half, that was absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. I remember getting into episode 9, and I was like, it's not that good. Episode 10 was worse, and then episode 11, it was 11 or 12. She was fucking painting trees, and all of a sudden I paused the episode, and I'm like, why am I still watching this? I literally questioned myself. Why the hell am I still watching this show? This is trash.
Well, what was the episode with when it was like all from the perspective of the camera, and like someone was like filming?
I think a good portion of that was in season 5. I think season 4 also. Back half of season 4, I think. And a lot of season 5. Yeah, because they brought in what's her name. Yeah, and that was crap too. I didn't care for that either. It was okay for an episode or two, but then they kept dragging that on, and then I started getting so sick of it. Oh my god. I was getting so irritated of it because it was just becoming so boring. You know, it's just like, we don't need to be going through a video camera. I mean,
yeah, I don't know who in the writers' room okayed that. Like, I don't know how that like
I said,
got past like a bunch of like grown men and grown women.
Like I said, one episode of it, maybe 2, fine. But what I know they did more than that. I think they did like 4 or 5 or 6 or something. It was more than what it needed to be. And it just was too much. I mean, they just kept going on with it, and I'm just like, my God, I don't care. And that's why I started not giving a shit about Thea. I started not caring about her character because she had everything to do with that stupid camera, and I'm like, I don't care. You know, I mean, there were certain points where she had her strong suit, and I was like, all right, she's fine. But anytime she went back to that camera, I'm like, that's what turned me off. So when she left, I was actually happy. I was actually happy. It didn't make me sad at all. It didn't. Now that relationship with that CRM girl, it's okay. I mean, it's not, it's not terrible. I don't hate it, but I'm not celebrating for it either. So I'm like, it's okay. It's whatever. I'm not gonna die over it. But yes, season 7, way worse than season 5 by all far means. I mean, there is literally no episodes I gave a shit about. The only episodes I actually truly liked was the Dwight and Sherry episodes. Both of them. Because both of the characters were good, their story was interesting, and they were worth watching. And they were fun.
And some of the best acting too.
Yes. Everything else was boring as shit. Even the Morgan episodes were even kind of because they had that baby with them, and it was constantly crying and shit. And I was like getting so annoyed of that. Oh my God. And then you barely could even see the character because they kept having the damn mask on constantly, and that was annoying.
They did have the weird bounty hunter stuff, and apparently like the whole world knew about like Sherry, like these great bounty hunters. I didn't like that.
Yeah, and then the Morgan and Dwight thing there with episode 8 or whatever like that was crap. That was absolute dog shit. I didn't care for that either. I mean, because it was just off. That whole characterization thing was off. It just didn't feel.
And like
It didn't feel right at all.
Nick and like the boxer, like what was her name? Like Mickey. Like they didn't.
Yeah, and like
just
the
he's gone.
whole that music that they played there too was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And Eddie James directed that episode too.
Yeah, like I said, when they were fighting, I mean, I laughed at it. It was funny. You know. And so those are the only two good episodes. I mean, everything else, I mean, you know, because even when they focus on different characters, I mean, it was just not good. It was just nah. I mean, you know, when Daniel was there, they were shitting on him, and that was pissing me off. I was hating every other character because they kept shitting on his character, and I'm like, fuck off. You know, like, get out of here. If you're gonna keep trashing on him, get out of here. I don't even want you in this group anymore then, because you trash too. What the hell are you doing? You're not doing shit. You're just sitting there shitting on him, saying he's a lunatic, he's a psycho. It's like, bro, come on. You know, it's like, what the frick are you doing?
Though. I hated how he got like amnesia or whatever.
Yeah, I hated that too.
I hate that so much.
That's why I say season 6 is okay. You know, it's all right. You know what I mean? I don't give it any higher than that because some of those shitty episodes is what makes me not. You know, it brings me down with season 6. You know, it had such a strong first half. I will give it credit there, but then that back half really shits the show on that season. You know, you have a shitty character death with John Dory, and then you shit on Daniel. Such a good character, and you completely, absolute dog shitted on his character. And that pissed me off so much. Because I liked his character. You had so much potential with him that you could have done. And you made everybody, except Luciana, that one character that had faith in him, everybody else was like, you're fucking crazy. And I'm just like, what
I
the frick?
heard the Ghost Fighters are making a return in season 8.
Yeah, I heard that. And that's, you know.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Based off the trailer, it looks good. But that's
Well, the only things that I'm excited for is the fact that he's going back to Kent County, and then the location where
we know which episode we know which episode it is because episode 4 I think is titled King County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the Clear location, and those are the two main locations where I was like, all right, you're giving me something to look forward to.
Oh no, I don't know if they're going back. No, they're going back to the Drake family home and Easton's cabin.
Right. So, you know, and like I said, both locations, I'm excited for it. You know, and that's what gives me hope for it. You know, everything else was just like, could be good, but you know, I'm not getting my hopes up except for those two parts. You know, because everything else, you know, if I get my excitement up, I know those dweebs, they know how to shut that shit right down real fast. So that's why I don't like to give myself false hope. You know, I don't want to do that. I did that for season 7, and that was a shit show of a shit show. I almost stopped watching that season. I almost didn't even get through it. I was about to give up. I was like, you know, I don't think I can keep going. This is just terrible. And I managed to get through it. And once I got to that Alicia episode, holy frick. Oh my God.
What do you guys think of the Daryl show?
I'm excited for it. Yeah,
because I'm hearing a lot of people hating on it just because it's nuts. And Dale can be interacting with nuts.
I saw quite a bit of positive things on it. I saw mixed. I saw it mixed, you know. And I can kind of see where some people are getting at, you know. But I mean, I'm from the pictures, and then the look of it and everything like that. It looks very cool. So I mean, I think the beginning is him waking up and not knowing where he's at, or something like that. I think that, or something to do with that situation. Now, that's not really a strong suit for me on that part. I will say, that's a little on the weak side. you know, if that's how he actually, you know, if that's how it starts, I think that's a little weak. They should have, you know, they should have come up with something a little bit better than that. But the idea of him being in France and everything like that, I think that's cool. And I think there is a lot you could do there. And obviously it's getting a second season, which apparently, I guess, Carol might be in it, possibly. Potentially, if that's 100% confirmed.
People are calling the show Rise of the Dead, but I've never seen anywhere where it's officially called that.
No, it's called Raise the Dead. That's what it's called. Walking Dead, Raise the Dead. I don't know why people are calling it Rise. I think some people would probably prefer Rise the Dead. I think that might be a little bit better than Raise the Dead, but it's okay. And you got people like Super Batman who think you should just call it The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon compared to Raise the Dead, which I mean that one's kind of like I mean I can see where he's coming from, but at the same time it's like I don't know. I mean I think the name's okay, but would Rise sound better? Yeah, a little bit. It would sound a little bit better, I won't lie. But and then Dead City changing from Dead City to oh no, I think it's still called Dead City.
Or Isle of the Dead.
Or oh no, yeah, Isle of the Dead to Dead City. Yeah, that's what it is.
I hate the Dead City name.
You really? You prefer Isle of the Dead? That's
yeah, Dead City is like,
you know, I find how funny
like
it is. I find how funny it is because you see, it's like 50-50. You're seeing a lot of people complain that yeah, Isle of the Dead was fine, and then when they changed it, and a lot of people were saying, you know, you got a good portion saying actually Dead City is a better name, and then a bunch of people were saying actually Isle of the Dead was better. I mean, it's really like
you know, I hate The Walking Dead Dead City. For me, it just sounds terrible.
So you thought Isle of the Dead was better?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, see, that naming scheme, man, is such a pain.
No, I would be fine if they called it Maggie and Negan Lost in New York, like Home Alone Lost in New York.
Now that would be interesting, wouldn't it? that would be interesting. Yeah, that's the only hardest part when you're coming up with all these damn spinoffs. It's coming up with a good, solid name that works with it. That's the challenging part about it, you know, because you got to make it fit, and you don't want it to sound cheesy, you know, and you don't want it to sound cringe either. You know what I mean?
Isn't Herschel like stolen? So you call it like Herschel Lost in New York.
Yeah.
They should put you on the naming scheme. I mean, shit. You know what I mean? You and Super Batman. I mean, you guys seem to come up with better names. I mean, goddamn. I don't know where the hell these guys come up with these names.
I wonder what they're going to call the Rick and Michonne miniseries, because it's always not going to be Summit. Summit's a placeholder name.
Now, well, what happens if that is the name?
It isn't.
I hope not either.
Pilgrim was the placeholder name for the Darrow show. Pilgrim.
Okay.
I think so. I think that's the placeholder name for the Darrow show. I think. I might be wrong though.
Yeah, I know at first they called it Daryl Dixon. They just called it Daryl Dixon in the beginning. But Raise the Dead it's okay. It's fine.
Well,
I'll live with it.
Did you guys hear about the there's like a more Tales from the Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a great name either. Tell you, who comes up with these names? I'll tell you, I don't. They're cringe. Huh. I'll tell you, they are cringe. I mean, I feel like you could try a little bit harder with that naming, I'll tell you. Well, I heard this one is supposed to finally focus on what we want to see, which is characters from the past. About damn time. If they could finally get it right this time. Finally. Thank you for finally listening. finally listening to the fans. You know, if you do this more often, I tell you, you'll get a W. You will get a W, and you won't take an L for it. I'm telling you.
Do you think it's a webisode type thing, or if it's a totally new show? Because if it's a totally new show, wouldn't they just do season 2?
Well, they're trying to name it different from the from that first Tales of the Walking Dead. I know. So, and Robert, or excuse me, Scott and Gimple said more spinoffs. So I would assume this would probably be a spinoff. It's my guess, my take on it.
Yeah, I find that weird. I don't know why they would do that.
And I don't know how many he's talking about. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not ruling out any possibilities with whatever characters in the future. You know what I mean? Because he says anymore. And when you're saying that type of wording, man, that's quite a bit, and you already have quite a bit already out. So, and you're telling me there's going to be many more? Oh, okay, that's.
You know the Oprah meme where it's like, you get a car, it's like, you get a spinoff.
Yeah, he's probably going to every freaking character. Oh shit. I mean, I would be okay with one with and even Super Batman said this too, which I'd be fine with. There's a more laid back one with let's see, the Commonwealth one, you know, where King Ezekiel is in charge, you know what I mean? You have all the other characters there, you know. I'd be fine with that one, you know, where it focuses on them building up, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. I'd be fine with that, and it doesn't have to be a long series. It could be 6 episodes, 8 episodes, whatever you want to do. You know, you could do a small number. It doesn't have to be big. You know, it could be a small number. You know, and it could just be focusing on them rebuilding the community and et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could just, just taking it easy. I mean, you could just simply do that. I'd be fine watching that. Shit, I think it'd be cool to see the, rebuild and everything like that. I like seeing King Ezekiel being in charge. He's badass. I'd be down with that.
Or they could just do one episode of more tales with those guys.
Could do that too. I mean, it really, there's a lot they can surely do. I mean, if they're really pushing that vaccine way, then then obviously you eventually want to not have any more zombies. Period. Which, if that's what they're heading, then maybe we can eventually see that at some point. It'll be very curious to see what they do. I mean, there's a lot they can do. For sure, the possibilities are endless. It just hopefully they put enough money into it to get enough value out of it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it right. Get rid of Ian and Andy. Get these clowns out of here. Don't sign them on for anything more. Have this final season be it, and then say, get out of here. You trash. Because I don't want them a part of it. If you have them in any part of other spinoffs, then I'll tell you, it's going to be a big flop.
Yeah,
you just
they
can't
must
trust
have
those
paid
clowns.
Scott Gimple to be working on that show. They can, instead of Scott Gimple paying them.
Yeah, and I think they might have just gave up on Fear too. I don't know. That's probably why they just didn't give a shit. They probably just didn't care about it anymore. and they kept, maybe Ian and Andy were the ones who kept saying, "Whoa, we'll bring back Madison. Maybe that'll boost the ratings up." Oh yeah, it really did, didn't it? It only boosted up 200,000 viewers, guys. Good job. Good job. You did a fantastic job. You really brought those ratings up, didn't you? Yeah. Fucking outrageous. I'll laugh too if season 8 premieres and it doesn't even hit 1 million. I'll laugh my ass off so freaking much. I really will.
Apparently someone said that, I'm gonna quote this too. They said if season 3 is your favorite season of Fear, you're gonna like this season. That's what the lady said.
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
I laughed at that too. They're really trying to compare
Like,
this.
really, I don't know if you can compare anything like that to season 3.
I find that funny that they're really trying to make this season seem like it's a freaking ballin' season. You know, it's a fire season. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be better than season 3. It's like, yeah, really? You think so, huh? I don't think so. You had a bunch of fire characters in that season, which you don't have now. And just because you have some of the OG characters, they weren't the same where they were in season 3.
Yeah, they're just empty shells now. Just walking shells.
Just because they're there, that doesn't mean they're good.
They're just props.
I mean, Daniel, I don't even know what to think about his character now. I mean, if he's on the upswing of being better, okay. You know, but Strand, I don't even want him around. I don't want him around. There's nothing you can do to redeem his character at this point. As far as I know, he's in it, yeah. I can't remember if... I think I did see him once or twice in the trailer, I think. I don't remember. But, I mean, I'm not going to give that guy any more chances. I don't care for his character. No, I hate him. I mean, I can't stand the fact that he keeps getting away. That's the thing I can't stand, is that he keeps getting away. I mean, it's unreal. But yet everybody else keeps dying. It's like, really? Come on. Just kill this fricker off. I don't care if you like his actor or not. I mean, I'm not knocking his actor. The actor is great. But the character I just can't stand. I mean, he's just... It's like, kill him off, please. There is no saving his behind. He's caused too much destruction. You know, so that's why I didn't stand the fact that Alicia freaking saved his behind. I couldn't stand that. Only then to pass out on that sand, I was like, phew. And then she woke up and then she was fine. I'm like, nah, she's dead. There's no way she can be fine. There's no way. Has to be a dream. That's my guess.
Honestly, they're kind of saving Madison by not having Alicia reunite with Madison, because she's gonna just like see her daughter and see how dumb she's become. You know, following a zombie, like thinking the zombie will lead her to Audrey and all this stuff.
The thing that makes me believe, and that people keep holding out hope for this, and I don't know why they have any faith in these showrunners. I really don't understand it. If they really wanted to do this reunion, they would have done it in that season. I'm telling you. Before she left, they would have had that reunion. Period. But she didn't do it. She didn't do it. She left knowing...
Well, I think actually they didn't know. What I heard...
Oh, that's bullshit. I find that bullshit.
They didn't know that that was going to be Alicia's final episode. You know? Like in the Talking Dead pre-recording, they thought that, you know what I mean?
I find that hard to believe. I really do.
I'm serious.
I just find it hard to believe. I really do. You know? But obviously, she don't give a shit. She don't care, and clearly the Alicia, or the Madison character don't care either, because in that finale there, she didn't even want to meet her. She didn't even want to see her again. She's like, no, I don't want to see her again. I don't want to see her ever again.
But you don't want to see your kids over?
She said that twice. The second time was, okay, even if I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now with this group, stealing the kids, whatever, she said, I still wouldn't want to see my kid. And I'm like, Pah! Get the fuck out of here. You ain't Madison. You know, I gave her that second chance, you know, because the first time I was like, well, okay, she might be saying that, you know, because she's working for the group, you know what I mean? She's doing these very bad things, you know what I mean? So she doesn't want Alicia to see her doing these things. Okay, I can somewhat understand that. You know, I can get by that. But then, at the end of the episode, then she turned around and said, no, even if I wasn't working for these people, I still don't want to see her. And then that's the one that pissed me off, and I'm like, really? Unfucking believable.
No, that's not what she said. That's not what she said.
She did basically say that. She did.
No, she didn't. No, she said, I still don't want to see them.
Right.
She didn't say, I don't want to see them if I'm not working for these people.
No, she basically, she stated it out there.
Okay, but she basically doesn't want to see them.
Period.
Because she doesn't want to see what she became. Like, if she never ran into these people and did all these things for them, she would have wanted to see them. But because she knows the type of person she became, she doesn't want her kids to see that.
Well, even if she fixes everything, she still don't want to see them. So regardless.
What's the Walking Dead's deal, like the franchise deal with like stealing kids? Like we have Herschel now being stolen, you have Padre, you have the Scar episode in season 9. What's the problem?
Yeah, good point. Good point. That's a very good point there, Chosen. That's a very good point. You're right about that. You got Fear stealing kids. You got this.
And then we also have just like how every kid on the Walking Dead main show is an orphan, basically, or like adopted.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Walking Dead is trying to spread positivity about adoption and orphans and all that shit.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point. Very good point. No, I don't believe that she wants to be with her again. I really don't, and I don't think Alicia's character cares either. Or at least her actor. She don't give a frick. She's off that show. And I'm gonna tell you this: she ain't coming back. She ain't. I just saw another show on frickin' Hulu, 2023. She's on that show too, and she's the lead frickin' character. When you go into Hulu, she's the first character that pops up on the damn screen. I'm like, oh, that's Alicia damn Carey.
I don't know. She wasn't filming. She wasn't filming whenever they were filming.
She isn't gonna be in
It's
it.
still a
I'm telling you
possibility
that.
there, John.
She ain't gonna be in it, dude. You gotta. You keep having faith in these losers. I'm telling you, she ain't gonna come back. Why would she want to come back to this shitty show? I wouldn't.
Because she cares about the people there. She cares about the fans.
You could give a shit. The way she's been treated, fuck no.
You know what's kind of funny?
I wouldn't even come back. Not for that.
Walker Dead actually predicted Alicia would leave, and he was right about it. But then, Tanner was like, no, she's not going to leave, but he was right about it.
Right.
He was all telling me that she's going to die, she's going to die. I'm like, dude, we don't know if
she technically did die. I mean, if you really think she's okay, I mean...
But he knew the actress was going to leave, though. He was right about that.
Right, yeah, he was. You're not wrong about that. That's one plus I'll give him. And I was okay that she was leaving too, because I did not want to see her a minute more on my screen. I didn't.
Oh, speaking of Walker Dead, so in Brian's live stream, this isn't anything bad about him, but
that's just funny.
Yeah, but in Brian's live stream, he said that he DM'd the actress for Holly on The Walking Dead, and he asked her to join his his Walking Dead series or whatever, but she said no.
Wait, what? What did he do?
I don't really understand it either, but he DM'd the actress for Holly and said like, hey, do you want to join my series? And then he said like, wait, what? He just dipped. Anyway,
maybe he lost connection for a second. That's probably what happened. He probably lost connection.
I'll continue though, but so he DM'd her, and then he's like, "Hey, do you want to join my series?" But then he also said that like he's willing to have her criticism, like for on anything on like episodes or whatever, like hear her criticism and all that stuff. So just in case.
So wait, what was the actor's name?
I don't know the actor's name, but he DM'd her. So he basically wanted her to like not write for the show as well, but just like help him with ideas and stuff.
Do you know what the character's name was on the from the show?
Molly.
Oh, Holly.
Holly.
Oh, the little girl. Judith's friend, right?
No, that's Gracie.
Oh, that's Gracie.
That might be funny if you DM'd her.
Well, shit,
Holly, her name is Laura Beamer, the
Laura?
actress.
Oh, I'd have to see her face. I don't know her. Directly.
Laura Beamer.
That's Holly, the Walking Dead character. I'll just go with that. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he said he DM'd her and all that stuff, but she said no.
Let me see the characters.
Okay, Chosen.
Why does
Yeah.
it keep?
You have to eat that about Walker Dead. My phone died. Can you tell me exactly what you said again, sorry?
Okay, so he DM'd her, right, asking her to join his series. I'm assuming he just said join, so I'm assuming he meant like as like a voice actor or something. But then he also apparently asked her to like help him like with ideas on like to write and all that stuff or something along those lines. But then yeah, she declined him. I'm surprised she responded though, to be honest.
Wait, so the actress for Holly in the show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Laura Beamer.
Laura Beamer.
He keeps giving me.
Are you sure he's telling the truth on that?
Yeah, no, I don't think he was lying.
Dude, that's some fucking weird shit. I mean, imagine being that actress and you know, it's like.
Keeps giving me. Trying to get a good picture from her from The Walking Dead.
Because if he was lying, he wouldn't say Holly, right? He would probably say someone more prominent.
Oh, was she in season 11, right?
Holly?
Yeah, I don't remember.
No, she was like season 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
She died. She was in season 6.
He keeps giving me shitty pictures
I
of
like
her.
one episode that
Every picture is like a side picture of her, or her head is not even facing up. It's like and even the ones that I am getting, her head is sideways, so it's like I can't even get a full picture of her. It's kind of annoying. I mean,
she's only in one episode.
I only get a picture of her actress, but that's not, her character looks a little bit different in that show. I'm surprised that she responded to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, she looks way different.
I mean, that's cool though that she was fine.
That is freaking hilarious. And she said no. Wow. What makes you think that they want to join that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, these are actresses you're talking about. They got lifestyles here. They're not gonna freaking. They don't got time for that crap. I mean, not to be mean or anything, but I mean, they don't. They're either gonna be in other shows or movies or whatever like that to keep making that money. Because otherwise, they ain't making shit. So I mean, I don't blame her for saying no. But I mean, that is kind of. Huh. That's crazy. I can't believe you even attempted that. Huh. You should show me proof, though. I want to see that proof.
I definitely believe him though.
Yeah, I take his word on it. I'll take his word on it. It's not something that he would lie about. At least I would think.
Yeah, it would be totally random to just like randomly lie about that too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. That'd make him look bad.
Dude, you know what's funny is that whenever Dead City, he was like, "Hey guys, help me." He was like, "Hey guys, help me tell these showrunners that I need to be in this show. Come help me show them that I need to be a character in this show." Like, dude, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, that's. I mean, congratulations on your reboot series, but I don't. You know what's outstanding? I don't even know how he gets that many views on that. It's mind-boggling. But the funny thing is, though, he gets that many views, but the subs don't show for it. That's what's funny about it.
How many views does he get?
Well,
Isn't he like 100 something?
on those reboot
Isn't
series
he close to 200
episodes,
subs?
shit, I was seeing 285, 260.
Isn't he near 200 subs though?
He only has like 160 last time I checked.
Oh yeah, he has 160.
Yeah, 160.
Oh, he has Brian that's like at a 190 something.
Yeah, right there. 4 days ago, the reboot series, 461 views. What the frick? The Flash one, 289. I mean, geez, oh, peas. Episode 8, 99 views. Still solid. That freaking.
I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't know about, like the thumbnails. He just knows how to get people to click.
203 views, 67, 238. I mean, well, he's no different than Out of an Aaron. And he kept bragging about it too. I mean, I kept laughing at him too because he was getting like hundreds of views and shit like that, And I'm like, well, yeah, you're getting the views, Mr. Out of an Aaron, but you're not getting the subs to show for it. And I'm just like, and if those views don't sub to you, then you're not gonna go anywhere. You're just gonna sit right where you're at, And that's exactly where he did. He didn't go any higher than that. He hit his numbers 264, maybe 265, and then he went down. And now he's at like 240. Because now he just doesn't do anything anymore. But Walker Dead's no different. He's getting the views, but they're not really subbing to him, which means they'll go on his channel to watch the video, but that's it. They may like, they may comment, but that's it. Do they sub? No. They just go on there, watch the video, and then leave.
Deadwalker has quite a few.
The whole point is to get your audience to sub.
I do not have that many subscribers.
That's the whole point. The whole point is to get the people to sub to you, because if they're sub to you, that means they support you.
I don't have that much, really.
I mean, he is gaining some subs. I saw he went up a little bit. He was at 158 last time I checked. Now he's at 160. So, okay, he gained a couple subs.
The resident Phoenix.
Yeah.
Walker Dead only has more subscribers than me because he has these reboot series that people are actually kind of interested in. Which, no offense to him, but I can't understand him. Like, he's speaking so damn fast. Can't really understand him, I get that way too sometimes whenever I speak too damn fast in my videos, but
I mean, I tried. Here's the thing. I tried getting into it, but it was pretty much the same shit. I mean, and I got through
boring upon boring sunshine and rainbows.
I got through season 1, and I'm like, you're pretty much just copying the show, dude. Like, I mean, you're just making me rewatch the same shit all over again. The only thing you added was a new character, or a character that was not supposed to be introduced until a couple seasons later, and you brought her in instantly out of random. And maybe one other character. Oh yeah, a new character that he brought up, the John Senior guy or whatever. I don't remember his name. I think it was John something. You brought him in there too, and it's okay. I mean, I just but I mean, essentially everything for the most part played out the same way. I was like, well, that's not really any different. And then I don't know. I just got bored. I don't know. I started season 2, and then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't know.
I I haven't seen much of his Walking Dead ones, but I've seen some of his he has like a Batman, like a Flash show. And,
now those ones I've not seen.
He gets better, by time. So I'm guessing that the Walking Dead season 1 for like his reboot series, like that's like older, so it's not as good, but he gets better as time goes on.
I mean, I'll do it if the fans are into it. I don't know. I know one I want to check out though. Dan Reviews one. I do want to check out that one, which for some reason I don't know why people are controversial about it, but they apparently didn't want me to do it, which I might do it anyway. I did a poll on it and it got downvoted. People voted against it, which I was like, what the frick? Dan's a cool bro. Why are you guys voting against him? This is not Walker Dead we're talking about. This is not Walker Dead.
The quality.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? This is good quality. I've been hearing nothing but good about his shit. You know what I mean? So why are you all suddenly downvoting him now that all of a sudden I want to cover his series? I was kind of mind baffled by that. But like I said, I might do it anyway. Just because I heard so many good things about it. And then I think you're doing a series on yours, aren't you? I think. It was either you or Brian.
Yeah.
Or both.
Both of us, right?
Maybe both. I'm not sure.
One thing I give a lot of respect to Dan is like his video quality is super good. Like the edits he does and all that stuff. Like he puts a lot of time into it. Give him a lot of respect for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I definitely want to get into that and start doing that. Might start doing that for Walking Dead Thursdays. Oh yeah. Start reacting to Dan reviews. Yeah, because you do your own, don't you? Or you're doing Fear?
Yeah, I'm doing Fear.
Yeah, season 4 on, right? Or
yeah.
Okay. And then what is Brian doing his own or no?
Brian is doing his own thing, and it's like with like made up characters and all stuff. So it's not like Walker's Dead thing. Walker Dead's it's not like based off the show. It's just called like it's his own. It's the same world, but his own characters.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I may check his out, possibly. Give it a shot. I'll definitely check yours out. I'll be curious to see what you do with Fear.
Yeah, it's not hard to do any worse than what actually happened.
Well, I can believe that you would do any better than these dweebs would ever do. Believe me on that. Believe me on that. Because these guys just don't know if it hit them in the head. So.
Either that, or they're like purposely trying to like screw everyone over.
They just like to do their own crap, and when people don't like it because they don't really put a lot of thinking into it, and then they bitch and complain because they say, well, you don't know good writing. I mean, they did that in the end of season 5 when everybody was bitching saying how shitty it was. They said, well, you don't know good writing, and it's like, what do you mean we don't know good writing? You're the one that's giving us entertainment, you dipshits. We're the people that are watching your stuff. You should be making us like your shit, not you raging at us because we don't like it.
They said that?
Yeah, they started going at us.
Bruh.
They freaking started attacking us because we were giving them criticism how shit season 5 was. And then the thing I don't respect Scott and Gimple on is that he defended the frickers, which I did not respect that either. I was like, really? You're gonna be that low? You're gonna defend these losers? Unreal. I gave him an L for that. I was like,
imagine if they did a collab with Tilly Walden.
And then they got slapped in the face in the first place because apparently they did they got 4 episodes into it, and apparently they were so dog shit that they had to redo season 6. And that's why they brought in the ghostwriters into season 6, because the dweebs couldn't write a good story.
Yeah, you know how Deadwalker said that apparently Walker Dead was saying like, hey, get me on the show or whatever. I would be perfectly fine with him writing over Ian and Andrew.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that's without a question. Now, somebody I wouldn't would be Epic. I wouldn't trust him, I will say.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think he's interested in writing though, because he doesn't have his own series or anything.
No, he just seems to dick ride Walker Dead's reboot series. That's what he does. Every
But
episode.
nobody's on Epic's side. No, nobody's on Epic's side anymore. Like Brian blocked him.
Everybody.
Walker Dead blocked.
Every episode of his reboot series is a 10 out of 10.
Epic was in Brian's live stream. Not like in the chat though.
Oh, he was on the live stream?
Yeah. Like in the chat though, like not on Discord.
Oh, just in the chat, you mean? Just chatting?
What was he saying?
At first he was just saying whatever, like responding to Brian, and then he started saying like, "Oh, Walker Dead, I'm sorry," or whatever. He said that a few times, and then someone told him to stop. He said, "Okay, I will," and then he just left.
Well, because Walker Dead wasn't responding.
I don't know. I just read the chat like up above because I wasn't in the live stream at that time. I just scrolled up.
He's such an idiot. He doesn't.
I gotta give Walker Dead credit. He's come to his senses when it comes to Epic.
What Epic needs to understand is that he is done with him. This is where it's at. You say
I gotta give Walker Dead credit. I mean, Walker Dead's caused a lot of beef with us, but like.
But he's bounced back. He's bounced back, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah, he's getting better.
But as I told him, I said, you need to be very careful. You need to be very neutral, my friend. I said, because the community voted your ass big time off this channel, and I am going against the grain right now. So you need to be.
One thing he did say.
You need to be the best boy ever right now.
Before he left, I didn't. Again, I didn't hear like Brian's response or anything like that because I was in the live stream at the time.
Yeah.
But before he left the chat, though, he did say, "Oh, by the way, Brian, I'm done with Rays and Deadwalker." Or like we're parting ways now, or something like that.
Yeah, he's trying to apologize to me too.
The amount of times he said that sentence.
He kept trying to do that to me too, and he tried to bring me into that DMs thing again, trying to apologize to me again too, and all that. I'm just like, no, I don't accept your apology.
Epic was impersonated. Some of the stuff that Epic said was not him, but he literally the group chat.
Again, as I told you before, I don't care about the shit that he said on that DM thing. Okay, the extra stuff, the racist and all that crap. I'm not going at him for that. Like I stated before, the reason why I did that stream was because he did the 2 videos on us. That was the only reason why I did that stream. If he didn't do those 2 videos on us, I wouldn't have done that stream. Because the rest of the other stuff, I didn't care about. You know what I mean? Whether it was him or not, I don't care. Which obviously we found out that it wasn't him. So, whatever. But even if he didn't say any of that, and he still made the 2 videos, I would have still done the stream regardless. Because that was the reason why I did that stream on him. Was those 2 videos.
Still, he came after us in a lot. He came after you in a Discord server.
Yeah.
And then I came in there to back you up because you were backed up against the wall. I came in there to help you.
Right.
Because you were defending you were the only person there that was defending yourself. So I was like, well, bring me in there so that you aren't alone in this because you just.
Right.
Exactly. So I go in there. I checked the number. It's him. It was him. Right. No doubt about it.
You know what? That doesn't shock me either. That doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me either. I mean, and you could tell. This is why I just call all his stuff BS when he says he's a good person, because the way he says I'm a fucking good person. I'm like, no, you're not. You don't. You don't say the F word. Call yourself a good person.
Isn't
the Mr. Man dude? Isn't he a hacker?
Yeah.
So I think he was the one impersonating Epic.
I think it was. I thought it was Mr. Blob.
No, it's
Isn't
definitely
Mr. Blob, like,
different. It's definitely
I
different.
think it's Mr. Man. I think he was
It's
like
Mr.
double
Man.
playing. Like, I think he was like messing with Epic, like pretending to be his friend and then screwing him over.
Oh, he's been
Mr.
going
Sam
all
was
over the
Mr.
place.
Blob, isn't he?
He's been going over the place. No, they're not the same person, as I stated before. They're not. They're two different people.
I thought they were.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I think the man dude was like pretending to be Epic's friend and then also like impersonating him.
Because I have Mr. Blob on Discord, and I also have him on Instagram. I DMs for both, and I know what his actual account is, so I know it's not him. And I have Mr.
Well, and
Man's
Mr. Blob goes in,
actual profile too, his DMs too.
and Mr. Blob goes in your live streams, right?
Yeah, I have him a mod on my channel.
Yeah, he's chill, so I don't think he was doing that.
No, and he's on his last chance anyway. I told him, and if he fricks up again, he's done. I'm kicking him off. I stated to him. I said, so be a good boy and don't frick up. And so far,
Why is there so many? How is there so many people that like know how to hack?
Good question. Yeah, it's probably well that a good explanation is how many jobless jobs we have. Yeah. They're all freaking staying at home learning how to freaking hack.
Dude, next thing you know, Epic's gonna be a hacker.
I mean, you know what I mean? That'll give a good self-explanation, you know, because they got nothing to do with their damn lives. So what do? They freaking sit on the damn computer all day. Oh, this is how you hack. Oh, I didn't know. and then they come at me, Mr. Ray's, because why? Well, because he's got good numbers, and you know we can't have him do that, can we? Clearly not. Clearly not.
Dude, that would be so dangerous for you, though. If that'd be so dangerous for you if Epic did become a hacker, though.
Hell would be coming if he does that shit. I'll be telling you right that. I'll be bringing the police on his ass. I don't give a frick. I'll track the motherfucker down. I don't care. I'll go after his ass. He ain't gonna shut me down. I don't think so.
I mean, Epic's a loser, bro. I mean, he has no job. He's 25 years old. You know, and he's, you know.
I'll freaking take me, Super Batman. Hell, even if Deadwalker wants to join us, I'll pick his ass up too. You know, we'll freaking we'll go get this motherfucker.
Yeah,
I don't give a frick. You know what I mean? I don't care.
No, because that's so we don't want to get fucking put in jail for dumbasses. Okay, like that's.
I mean, if he's freaking doing that, if he's doing that illegal shit, if he's going down the
thing, if you want to do something like that,
listen.
If you don't want to, like, the thing I say is, like, if you want to do something like that, just don't go to jail for a stupid idiot, man. Get away with it.
Well, I'm saying if he's freaking coming after us, then that's a different story. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he goes,
we want to go beat his ass. We better get away with it because I'm not going to jail for that fucker. Fuck no, bro.
Who says we're gonna freaking go beat his ass? I said I would freaking bring the cops on his ass. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't give a shit. I mean, if Mr.
Bro, that'd be child abuse.
You know, right? Well, actually, it wouldn't be because it wouldn't be not if he's 25 years old. I'm 22, so I mean, you know,
yeah, but he acts like he has the mind of a child, bro.
Well, whether he is or isn't, he's still 25. He's a young freaking adult.
Mr. Epic Zombie Killer. All right, no, remember it was EPK's Entertainment Zone at one point.
No, I don't think he's definitely got not got the brains for that type of thing. I mean, you know, you gotta really know what the hell you're doing to do that. And besides, I already got some.
It was Easy K's Entertainment Zone. Easy K's.
Besides, I already got Skybound going after him anyway.
I doubt anything's gonna happen of that. I think they just responded to you and they, you know.
They might have forgot about it. I'm gonna keep messaging them until they do something.
Oh yeah, he was selling T-shirts with literally a comic book panel.
They will eventually do something on it. They did
it's like,
message.
Dude, that's copyright, bro. You're gonna go to jail for that, dumbass.
Well, I did. I told them about that, and they came back to me. They said, "Okay, we'll let our legal team know." And I said, "All right." So.
Yeah, had a
I don't
Storm
know.
dude. Storm in your chat. He was in Brian's chat, and yeah, he told Epic to just like stop.
Doing that stream out, even told him you keep on, you're just gonna get on people's nerves.
Storm's cool.
Oh yeah. Storm, you're fine,
Z-Ray
dude.
Storm Gamer or whatever.
Yeah, hell yeah. Storm's a bro, man. He gives his life to my channel. Hats off to you. That's why I gave you another chance, Mr. Blythe, because you're the same way. And that's why I would like you to stay pristine, because I can't seem to find anybody else to do the same. So, if you stay pristine, we'll be alright. You know, if other people have issues with you, that's their problem, not mine. Life's a bitch. You know? Unless if you want to fill those shoes, which I
Imagine
clearly...
if we get Dan in here at one point. That gets some views.
He said during the summertime, he said he might be able to, because he said he'll get some more free time. So I talked to him more on that, because I told him I want you to be in my Walking to Thursday stream, and he said okay. He said during the summertime, he said June, July, August, somewhere around there. He goes, I could definitely do so, and I'm like, what?
What'd you say, Chosen?
Brian's friends with or at least he kind of knows the Walking Dead Explained.
I don't know if that's true though. Is that really true?
Yeah, the Walking Dead Explained dude is in his thing, and he commented on on the YouTube thing. He commented on
I'm
one
sub
of
to
Brian's,
him, by the way.
not poll things, but one of his posts, because you know those like you can do YouTube posts, whatever. He commented on one of Brian's YouTube posts.
Oh really? Yeah, I'm sub to Walking Dead Explained. He's pretty cool. I don't keep up with him constantly, but I watch some videos here and there. I like him. He's a pretty cool.
And yeah, and he's in Brian's server.
Really? Huh. Yeah, that'd be neat.
I don't know how Brian first started talking to him, but yeah.
Probably Discord. That could be the best way of getting to him if he has Discord.
Well, I'm guessing Brian comments on a lot of his videos.
That or that, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to get Dan in here. I mean, movie idol.
I found out Dan and Matt both do not like Epic, but they stay kind of neutral about it.
Well, they're just kind of staying in the background, and if Epic causes any issues on their Discord, then they'll just kick him off.
But yeah, I've texted them personally both, and they both kind of hinted at me that yeah, we don't like him, but he hasn't done anything, and so we're just gonna keep him on because we,
right.
There's no reason
which is okay. You know what I mean?
That, but he's
let him ruin it for himself. You know what I mean? Because he seems to be an idiot. So he's gonna frick it up eventually at some point, or he's gonna do something stupid like he always seems to do, and then eventually he'll get kicked off there too. Only a matter of time. Because he doesn't seem to keep his mouth shut. So, and he can apologize to me all he wants. He can say it 100 freaking times, and I'm just going to say, shove it up his ass. I will not take his apology. I don't care.
Matt made like a private server type thing for just like certain people, I guess, and he calls it like Mega Matt Chill server, and he invited Epic to it.
I mean, I'm not going to believe him because I don't. Because when I watch those videos, that's how he truly feels. That's how he truly feels about me, Deadwalker, you know what I mean? And whoever else he mentioned, the Ray's Army. That's how he really feels about us. And you could tell about it too when he kept saying, you're terrible, terrible people. He really put his passion into it. And I knew at that point that he meant what he felt. Or he meant what he said. So everything he's saying now is him just trying to make himself look better, and trying to fix everything. And it's just like, you know what? No, it's not gonna work this time.
Well, I mean, like if he didn't mean it, like he's recording a video, so he can just like delete that and then make a new video.
Well, no, it's just the way that when you watch the video, when you listen to it, you could tell that he really felt what he meant. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah, but I'm
Like,
trying to say, like, he should be able to, like, think before he speaks. You know what I mean? It's like if he like
Yeah.
accidentally says something that he doesn't want to say, he can even just delete the entire video, or like maybe try and cut that part out and just, you know, make a new
Right.
video or whatever.
But he just sat there and kept saying how shitty people we are and everything like that. And I knew right there, I'm like, no, you mean everything you say. You mean exactly what you said. The only reason why you're trying to apologize now is because you're you're wrong, and you know you're wrong, you know. So, and everybody's going against you. So now your back is against the wall. So now you're like, okay, if I apologize, that'll fix everything. That's what he's doing, you know. You know, it makes him look so bad. It's not even funny, you know. And that's all it is, you know. I mean, he does that so many times, and that's why I just can't believe him. I can't. You know, he's no difference in Strand, a backstabber. You know, I'll try to be nice to him again, and watch. He'll do a 360 again. He'll start trashing on us again. That's exactly what he's gonna do. I mean, I know him too well. I know him way too well. He can't stand us. Which I don't understand how he just doesn't have the brain to understand. You know, when we say things, we mean it. Like he keeps saying that we're AMC simps. It's like, dude, you're lying. You're making that's so BS. I mean, he keeps saying it hundreds and hundreds of times, and we keep saying he's wrong, but yet he still continues to keep saying it. It's like, well, clearly you're not even listening to us. So that just tells you right there that he's an idiot. You know, I mean, no matter what we say, he's just going to deny it. You know. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just like he's in denial. He's in denial to know that we are actually good people, and he's never gonna believe it. He's never gonna believe it, no matter how many times we tell him. You know, and he can keep saying,
I'm a good person, guys. I just make mistakes.
Yeah.
Humans make mistakes.
Keep saying that too. I just go, yeah, bunch of BS.
Does that every single time, bro. It's like, dude, he was also learn from the mistakes.
Right, not keep making the same mistakes. I mean, you know, So, and when in a video too, when you're complaining and saying how shitty that me and Deadwalker are in the Ray's Army are, and how evil we are, and then turn around and say, but I'm a good fucking person. I mean, it's like, no, you're not. If you're a good person, you wouldn't be sitting here shitting on us the whole time. You know, that just makes you look like a shit person. And using the F word constantly. I mean, jeez, oh, piece, you use that so many times. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, yeah, good person, my ass. Good person wouldn't be cussing me out every 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're not a good person. You know. The only reason why I'm shitting on you is because you're shitting on me. So I'm just gonna throw it right back in your face. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm not gonna sit back and let you talk shit about me. I'm not gonna do that. It don't work that way. You know, if you're gonna shit on me, okay, here we go. Here's the swords. Here's the metal armor. I'm gonna fight right back. You know, and I'm gonna come swinging. You know, and then he turns it around and goes, "Oh, see, you're harassing me. Here you go again." It's like, bro, you're shit talking me first. This is not, you know, you can't just freaking turn it back on me like that. I mean, no. You can't play the victim. That doesn't work. So, yeah, he's in denial. He's never going to change. He's like James Draper. He'll never change. Which is sad.
Someone says that Epic just has a hard time understanding.
Which is sad. I mean, he's 25 years old. I would have thought he would have had common sense, but obviously not. And he doesn't know how the world works either. He keeps saying he does, but he doesn't. You know, because he'll keep saying how AMC only cares about money. It's like, yeah, but that's every company. So, you know, understand how the world works, buddy. companies need money. If they don't got money, they ain't gonna do shit. How do you think these shows get renewed? How do you think these shows come about? And why they do these shows? Because they make money. If they didn't make money, they wouldn't do them. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, it's no difference in Game of Thrones. Look at what HBO is doing with Game of Thrones. Now they got freaking 5 other spin-offs now because they're making money. It's like, yeah, no shit. They're seeing what AMC.
I think for him,
with they're seeing what. We go continue.
I think for him not, you know, understanding like what he does, you know what I mean? Like how you're like telling him like how he's, you know, being a hypocrite or whatever. I think with that stuff, it's like kind of comes up to, you know, because he obviously does have some type of disability, right? So I think some of that is because of that. But I guess there's also morals, right? Like he should still know wrong from right for the most part.
Well, that's what I think. I mean, a lot of this stuff is a lot of this stuff is common sense stuff. I mean, you know, it's not. It's very easy to understand. I mean, this is not complicated shit, but sure as hell make it seem like it is more complicated than it needs to be. You know, I mean, when I tell you once and I tell you twice, I tell you even 3 times, I would hope you understand it by then. If you don't, then clearly you're a moron. You know,
I think the hypocritical part of like where he doesn't understand that, I think he's just like really like actually not able. Like I'm not like you're trying to diss him here. Like I think he's just like actually not able to understand that because of, you know, whatever, you know, he has going on.
That could be, you know, but it's at the same time, you know, I know so many people that have that and they don't and they're smarter than him. That's the sad thing, you know, and even they even they know the difference between right and wrong. You know what I mean? And they don't use it as an excuse either. That's the funny thing. They don't use that shit as an excuse. You know, when they're stupid, they freaking come back and they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know what I mean? They freaking come back around, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I made a shitty mistake. This and that." You know, because they don't want to look bad by saying, "Well, because I have a disability." You know what I mean? It's an excuse. Well, don't use it as an excuse. Don't. You know. Because that just makes you look like shit. Because now you're just trying to get out of something because you're supposedly disability. You know, now it's okay to do this and this and this. It's like, no, it's not. You know, and like I said, I never had a problem with him in the very beginning. We were cool. He was chill. You know, so I'm not sure.
Have you ever used it?
I'm not sure what
happened. Have you ever used it?
He was a mod on my channel and everything.
Has he ever used his disability as an excuse? Because I'm not even aware. I'm not even sure if he knows.
Oh, he keeps bringing up his mod and shit.
I have a disability, and I'm not thinking excuses about it.
Yeah, even you know, even Deadwalker. I mean, he didn't freaking bring it up as an excuse. You know what I mean? So I mean, and I respect him for that. You know, I give him kudos where kudos deserves to be. You know, 110%. You know, yeah, he kind of used his mother as an excuse on some things. Yes, he did bring that up and be like, "Well, my mother died." You know, this. And, oh, really? Oh, so you're gonna do that bullshit?
Yeah. God bless her soul for real. But like, don't use that as an excuse to be an asshole, please.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I feel like he's doing. You know what I mean? And now I'm seeing a lot of tweets where he's not even giving a shit about her. Like, oh, yeah, she fucking died, but I don't give a fuck anymore or whatever like that. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you're putting grain on your mother's name now? Really? like what? You know, so I don't know what happened there. You know, why all of a sudden? Because he was perfectly fine before that. He was fine. I mean, we were chill. We were getting along. He was a mod on my channel. I mean, everything was cool. Chill. We were having a great time. He was a good person. He was a good supporter, everything like that. But all of a sudden, you know, after his mom passed, all of a sudden he just started taking a turn for the worse, and he just turned into he just went down this dark path. Like he made a bad turn, and he's been going down it ever since. And he's never turned around. He never figured out that, hey, this is the wrong direction. He just continues to keep going down the same path, and he thinks apology is going to fix everything, and it's like it isn't. You know, I'm only going to give you so many chances, and then after that, I'm going to say piss on you. You're not worth a piss. You're not worth my time to waste. You know, my time is
So if he does
valuable.
apologize, then he does know what's right and wrong. So then, yeah, he can't use even a disability as an excuse.
Right. Yeah. Well, I seen too that he left Dreamer's server too because and he started shitting on those people in that server too. He started saying, "Well, you guys are freaking, you guys are idiots." That's what he said. You guys are fucking idiots because you guys only care about life. You guys should care more about gaming. He started going on that. I'll see all the damn screenshots.
Who's the Dreamer?
The Dreamer server, I don't know much about him. I've seen Dreamer's channel. I haven't seen his server, but apparently he was on that server, and I guess with Dreamer being busy and everything like that, you know what I mean. A lot of stuff they talked about was life, things that happened around the world, and I guess Epic couldn't stand that, so he threw a pissy fit. And I guess this one guy came in there and was just like, well, not everybody, has a life like you, Epic. We do have real lives, and we do like to share what's going on and this and that. And he goes, well, my life is shit anyway, so I don't give a shit. It's all hell, and my mom died and all this shit, so I don't give a shit about life anymore. Gaming matters more. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, bro. And then at the end, he's just like, you know what? I'm leaving. You guys are fucking idiots or whatever like that. This server's stupid anyway. Yeah, he said that on their server, and he left.
What was this?
Oh, I don't know. Mr. Blob sent it to me on the DMs thing or something. He sent me all the screenshots, and I just read through them all. It was crazy. It was crazy. I can send you all the screenshots. I don't care. It's pretty weird. It's pretty crazy. Shirley's did sound like Epic the way he was talking, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually him. So I can't remember if it was recent or if it was a while ago. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the dates again. But you know what? It sounds like him. It really does, because that's all he seems to care to talk about is gaming. That's all that matters to him. Once you start talking about life, he'll go ugh. He'll get annoyed. And he'll get angry. And he'll be like, nobody cares. It's like, well, maybe you don't, but we do. That's why he got mad about Walker Dead not answering DMs, and he got mad at me when I wasn't answering my DMs. And I'm sure he did the same to you, Chosen, and others. So it's crazy. So that's a pretty boring life, I will say. Pretty boring life. Gotta tell you. Pretty boring life. So, but yeah, good on Walker Dead though. He ain't his friend anymore. Storm, look, I'm not perfect, but I know what's right and wrong. Facts. And Epic tried to apologize to Race too late. LOL. Yeah. What's up, what's up, Cosmo? Welcome to the stream. Epic again. Hello. Well, I'll never be his friend. I am happy being your friend. Well, I appreciate that. Do you have any social media, by the way, Cosmo? Just curious. Epic ignore me, like, really? Oh, yeah, did he ignore you? Wow. Yeah, I saw you try to message him. That's funny. That's funny. No, Down the Bottom's finally live again. It's a shocker. That's funny. So quick rank on Walking Dead game season 1. What do you guys think? But he gets mad when they ignore him. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course he does.
Wait, The Walking Dead games season 1?
Yeah.
What do you mean ranking one game?
Like episodes.
Like all the Telltale games? Oh, episodes. Okay.
Yeah, season 1. Ooh, that one's.
I don't know. They're all super good.
Yeah, that one's
The
kind of.
first one might be the worst though, but like not that bad. But it might. You know.
Ooh, I gotta think about that one. Yeah, that one's hard. I'll probably give episode a 1 and 8 out of 10, maybe. Yeah, 8 out of 10.
What are you talking about?
Season 1 Walking Dead game. Rating for the episodes. Season 1, episode 1, 8 out of 10. I think that's pretty solid. It's a good episode. It's a good beginner episode to get you into it. You meet a lot of characters. You make some crazy choices. Would you agree? Episode 2, I'd probably, maybe, maybe a 7.
Episode 2 is kind of slow, but it ends really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
like it picks up, but the beginning is really slow.
It's kind of finicky on that one, isn't it? Maybe the same rating, maybe an 8 out of 10. I know episode 3, I will give a higher rating. I'll give like a 9.5. You know, because there's a lot of crazy crap that goes down in that. You got Duck dying, you got the wife dying, you got Carly dying / Doug. I think that's it. Yeah. So you got big character deaths, and you got new characters, Krista Omid and Chuck. Oh, and then you got Lee teaching Clem how to protect herself and all that good stuff. So you got that too. That's important stuff. Episode 4, that one felt kind of dragged a little bit. That one I'd probably give an 8.5, and then episode 5 I'd probably give a 10 out of 10. That one I'd give a 10 out of 10. Fast paced, crazy, and the saddest ending ever.
Yeah, I think episode 4, I might like it more than episode 3, but they're pretty close.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of interesting that you like it a little bit more.
One thing that I find a little boring is when they're in Crofton and you just have to go and like do a bunch of stuff, like with like the tape recorder and like finding like what happens with like the pregnant woman and all that stuff. I find that kind of boring.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, in episode 3, you mean? Or in episode 4?
Is it episode 3?
Maybe it might be an episode
4. It's like Molly. It's the one with Molly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get what you're talking about now, yeah. I actually did like Molly's character. Huh.
Yeah, she was cool.
I wish they did more with her.
They kind of turned Jane into like a Molly 2.0.
They did. They did.
you know,
I didn't like Jane. Jane was fucking a piece of shit, man.
yeah. I know some people try to be like, yeah, it's a Molly 2.0. I'm like, no. I'm like, they tried, but they completely failed. Reason why?
Jane was a jerk, but I liked her.
I did not like her.
You know, she tried to fucking do all that shit with Kenny just to prove a point, and it's just
Oh,
like.
yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb.
Well, that, and she
I
kept
think
trying
she,
to.
I think
The
she
thing I
deserves
didn't.
back for that.
The thing I didn't like either was that she kept trying to push Kenny, or she kept trying to push Clem away from Kenny, and I was just like, bitch, get out of here. I was like, oh, maybe his phone. Oh. You know, I did not care for that at all, man. That.
I do see the argument that Kenny was a little. He had a lot of anger issues. He was very But the thing is that he never, was trying to hurt anybody. I was intentionally. He just lost it a little bit, and that's Jay was trying to show Clem that Kenny was unhinged. He was not. What do you think about that? Do you think that Kenny?
I knew he was unhinged. When she came to me and was just like, yeah, he's losing it, and I'm like, yeah, I know, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
What do you think he shows? Do you think Jane was in the right for doing that, Kenny?
No.
Or what?
No, I don't think so. I think I let Jane die, and then I ditch Kenny, because like Kenny's like, even though Jane did, like, she was in the wrong for that, but she still is right, because Kenny is kind of a lunatic now. And then also just like the fact that when you have like Clem leaving on her own, that leads up to season 3 very well, where like Clem is on her own and all that stuff. So
well, you could do this one.
Make sure Clem goes on her own.
Right. Well, this ending is not bad either. The one where she goes into Wellington, she leaves Kenny. That one I didn't mind. I didn't mind that one either. Because at least that.
No, but it was the worst. It was the worst introduction to season 3 though, because Wellington just got taken over. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was fine. I didn't care about that.
Yeah,
part.
but it was stupid how they explained that shit though.
Yeah, but it's season 3. You gotta understand, season 3 is weak to begin with. No matter how they do it. No matter how they do it. So I don't care about that. I'm going for the best chance.
For Kenny to be,
I'm going for the.
You can determine Kenny might still be alive out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the best chance for Kenny to survive, if you do the Wellington thing, he gets a bag of supplies and shit. You know what I mean? So, because if you, because they cry and all this shit, and then she drops a bag because she's supposed to give a bag to every group that comes up. So if you take the thing in, he still takes that bag. So that means he's got a bag of supplies and food and medicine, all that shit, and he takes it and leaves.
I wonder if Kenny. Here's the thing, though. I wonder if Kenny went to go kill himself.
Yeah, that was one of the cut endings. He was supposed to drown himself in the water.
Yeah, it was actually very twisted too.
I saw a little bit of that. And I'm like, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, dude. I saw a picture of it. Apparently, it was like really creepy too, because apparently, like, he was supposed to be like singing a song, walking into the water and shit.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, there's a artwork of it I've seen.
Yeah, apparently one of the cut endings for Kenny was that he was going to be walking into the water, killing himself, while singing a song. That was supposed to be really creepy.
I'm happy that.
I mean, I kind of think it fits for his character in a way, because like he is like such a broken place by the end of everything, right? Especially if you have Clem ditch Kenny, like he's such in a broken place, so it kind of makes sense.
I couldn't.
Yeah, but do you think it makes sense for Kenny to like sacrifice himself for Clem? The thing I didn't like was that you have Kenny fly out of a car and break his spine.
Yeah, and that was the original ending that I went with, but then I hated that part so much I couldn't stand it, to the point where I was like,
well, it's like where the fuck you come up with that? It's like he flies out of a car and breaks his spine to where he gets eaten by zombies. It's like, really?
So
that's the best you can come up with?
I don't believe when they did season 3. I don't believe they had the Walking Dead writers doing that season. I don't think they did. I find that hard to believe. I think the Walking Dead writers, or the people that were doing, that did the first game and the second game, did a different game.
I actually really like season 3. I just don't like Clem's part of it. Like Javier, David, like the Garcia family stuff.
Because
really
look at how different, when you look at season 4, the final season, and you look at season 2. I mean, you could definitely tell that is the Walking Dead team. You know what I mean? That is the.
Well, here's the thing. In terms of
that is the no bitten team.
Here's the way I look at it, Chosen, is that it should have not been the Walking Dead season 3. It should have been a one-off part of it should have been like the Michonne series, because it should have been like, since they focused on the Garcia family, it should have just been like a side story with Clem in it. So it should have been, not the Walking Dead season 3. It should not have been.
I mean, because in a way, someone could argue it is, because they call it the Walking Dead New Frontier, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that they don't view it as a one-off, because they call it, season 4, the final season. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
The story is centered around Clem. It's not centered around Javi, and they focus more on Javi than they do Clem.
I didn't mind. If it was, I don't mind the Javier family. I mean the Garcia family. I wish they would have done more with them. But no, we don't even know what happens to them.
Yeah, like I like season 3. It's just like I don't like what they do with Clem necessarily, but I like season 3 in general.
Oh, and it was saturated too. The colors and everything was very saturated, real weak. Like I said, I don't feel like the original team did that season. I think it was a different team that did it, because look how different it looks. You know what I mean? Everything about it is different. It's not. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't. It feels off. It feels out of place.
And I remember the wait for season 3 too. I remember the wait.
You know what I mean? And the length of the episodes.
A long wait for season 3.
Right. The length of the episodes was shit. It was absolute dog crap. It took me 1 hour to finish an episode. That's bull crap. I mean, I feel like I'm getting ripped off. You're making me pay the same amount of money, but yet you're giving me less length. So I don't feel like I'm getting what I paid for. Compared to the other seasons, where they're more lengthy episodes.
I'm not gonna lie though. Season 4 was good. I just not too much of. I thought it was a weird way to end Clem's story. I don't think it was the greatest way.
I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. I was alright with it.
Yeah, but I just don't get how her finding a community full of kids and resting there is kind of her end of her story. I would have loved to see her go back to the treehouse.
I agree with you saying that they shouldn't have ended it and they should have continued. I agree with that, 100%. In fact, I think they should have just called it season 4 and then.
No, I will say that Lee dream sequence I thought was the most coolest idea they had, because it was like so well thought to where it was like. I viewed it as like, even though it was kind of a dream, I viewed it was Lee's spirit talking to Clem. I always do. I thought whenever it came to the Rick stuff, and what comes after, I viewed it as like Herschel and Shane's spirits are actually there. It's not just a dream sequence. It's because Rick's so close to death. The spirits of Shane and Sasha and Herschel are contacting him. That's what I viewed it as. If I view it with the whole Lee thing, is that the spirit of Lee is contacting Clementine in her dreams, and so that's why he kind of acts so like yeah, I'm dead, but right. I'm still gonna give you advice.
But yeah, I mean, they wanted to continue her story though. They shouldn't have called it the final season. They should have. Because, there's a lot more you could do with her character. There is.
It's not the comic book.
And exactly, not the comic book. Like I said, Skybound is not doing
Unfortunately,
it right.
Unfortunately, it's canon, but.
I don't give a frick what they say. They can stick it up their ass for all I care.
The thing actually is, I think Robert Kirkman was paid to, say good things about Terry Walden.
It's bull.
Because, because like he goes, Tilly Walden's writing is next generation amazing, you know. I'm like, yeah, how much money are you getting paid under the table there to say that, my friend? Like,
it's all bogus.
I love Kirkman, I love him, but I guarantee he doesn't have that opinion of her.
I mean, he's one of the head people at Skybound, so like he kind of has to say, at least like you can't be like dissing her.
Yeah, but why did he hire her? Or why did Skybound hire her?
Right.
I don't know.
You know, again, whatever they're thinking.
I know why, because they always want to hire the trannies. Because it's like, oh, they're an inspiration. Fuck that shit. Some people hire the trannies just because they're trannies. Like, I was talking to one of my friends today. He said that they hired someone over him for a job just because the fucker was transgender. It's like, oh yeah, you're transgender. So you got hired. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the you should be hired because you're good at what you do, not because.
Yeah, like, fuck that shit, man.
Not because
you know, fuck that shit.
Right, yeah, not because you're trans or bi or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hire someone just based off the fact they want to cut off their own dick or grow their own dick or, you know, fuck that shit.
Right, I mean, it's bullshit. It really is.
Dude, if someone like came into this live stream right when he said that, like out of context, bro.
Right. You know, but I mean, it's facts. You know, it's bogus, and these books are absolute dog shit, and they keep, you know, they're hiding behind the walls because, you know, they're cutting everybody out. No matter what you say about it, they freaking just block you out, and they pretend it doesn't exist. They pretend everything's happy and dory, and everybody loves these books. They're the best things ever. We're making so much money off of them, you know what I mean? It's a joke. It's absolute dog shit.
But I knew what happened to the Garcia family.
They're going to do these books regardless. There's nothing we can do to stop them. We tried, believe me. They're doing it anyway. So they're not listening to us. We keep telling them to stop, and they just say, no, we're going to do it anyway. We don't care what you say, you know, because you're wrong.
So, okay, Johnny, so what do you think happened to the Garcia family? Because they never, apparently they said they're still alive, but apparently in season 4 there was a war in Richmond or something.
Yeah, it was a war between them. Not sure if they're alive or not. It's hard to really say. I mean, they could have won, you know what I mean, now that Clem took out the Lily's group, so I mean that helped. You know what I mean? So they could potentially fall.
And
They could potentially fall, knowing that they lost another.
That's why season 3 wasn't my favorite either, because you got these plot holes about how, you know, that Jesus was there and that, you know, the kingdom knew and like the whole new frontier was around. Virginia's like, well, why the fuck did they never mention this shit in the comics? Because season 3 happened in the time jump between issue 126 and 127. Like, why the fuck did they never mention this shit? Because if it's so big to where obviously Rick had to have known about the new frontier in Richmond and all that shit. So why the fuck did they never mention that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I wish Robert Kirkman made them mention Richmond and all that stuff. Yeah, because
it's like, that's probably the reason why season 3 kind of fucked themselves, because it's like you're this whole thing. It's like, well, that's a big plot hole, because why don't they never mention Richmond or the new frontier? Because they stole shit from the kingdom. Or was it because maybe that stuff happened in the time jump of the 2-year time jump, so maybe it was all resolved in those 2 years, so like it wasn't something they needed to mention anymore. Maybe it was like an unseen conflict of Rick like trying to do stuff. I don't know, because like
that one's hard to say. You know, that one's hard to say because they try to forget that a new frontier even exists.
Then you got Jesus. Jesus never mentions any of that shit.
They keep trying to. They keep trying to overshadow it. You know, they keep trying.
What'd you say, Chosen?
Rick does the like a tour with Pamela of like the communities and stuff, but yeah, they don't go to Richmond or like any other place.
Yeah.
Or well, I think it's one of
maybe like because here's the thing is that season 4 takes place after Rick dies. It's season 4, the final season, takes place the furthest in the timeline of the comic book and video game timeline, because obviously it takes place after the Whisperer War. It takes place a year after the Whisperer War, because James says that like a while ago his people like fought. So he said a while ago. Well, the whole Commonwealth stuff happened pretty directly after the Whisper stuff, so it kind of tells you that it's obviously way after that. So, yeah, it's after Rick dies. So, like, they're the furthest in the timeline. And my guess, I mean, what they really should have done was that when they mentioned the whole caravan at the end of, when they mentioned the whole caravan at the very end of the final season, they should have had it to where the caravan was the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Or the,
I don't know if you remember that, but like one of the things is that
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I remember
Western Frontier or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because
Like I said, there's a lot of things they could do there.
One of the final scenes was that Clem and then mentioned that they spotted a caravan. They should have had that be the Commonwealth.
Right. I agree. Because there's a lot of stuff they can, they could do there, and that's what brings me to the question that, because of that donating from Skybound to Telltale Games to help do more story-based games, that's what it's helped.
Well, here's another
$8
thing
million
though,
to
that
do.
Brian came up with like this whole idea in like 5 minutes, and it was better than Tilly Walden's thing, and it was basically like a wrap-up of Clem's story, and it tied into the comics where it takes place like a year or two after season 4. The Commonwealth show up to the gates of Erickson, and they offer them safe haven there, and they kind of sit there thinking about it, and then they do it, and then Clem gets to the Commonwealth, and you see flyers up all over the place, like, Maggie Reed for president all over the place, like, you see all the flyers and shit, Maggie Reed for governor of the Commonwealth, and then you see the Rick statue being built, and Clementine goes up to look at it while it's being built, and then as she goes to walk, she bumps into somebody, and it turns out to be Carl she bumps into. And it's like a big, like, whoa, and he, and then, like, it's kind of like, they kind of pick up the things they ended up dropping, and they kind of have this little exchange, and then they walk away, and that's the end of the story. Would that have been fucking cool or not? Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's way better than what Tilly's doing.
And Brian came up with that in 5 fucking minutes.
You know who else I also wish Robert Strickland put in the comics? I wish he put in Claudia. Do you remember her from Walking Dead Alien?
Yeah, because Rick's brother was saying, go find my brother Richard. And it's like, well, I don't even know where the fuck your brother is, buddy.
Yeah.
And imagine, obviously, yeah, because that would have been interesting. Imagine if they had like a whole little thing where it's like, are you Rick Grimes? Yeah, your brother's dead. Oh well.
Imagine if Claudia was like took Stephanie's place in the Commonwealth.
Right.
Yeah, well, imagine if they went to the Commonwealth and Claudia, one of the characters that is like crossed over, and like Rick runs into her, or like Rick maybe like Claudia hears about this Rick Grimes, after like his name kind of becomes a little bit famous around Commonwealth after he saves Pamela's life from Dwight, and like she tries to find him, and he's like, hey, I knew your brother Jeffrey. He told me to try and find you. He saved my life, and he unfortunately didn't make it, and it was a cool exchange.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that.
Because, I mean, they were on a boat, They were in, where were they at again? What part of the fucking,
They're in Spain.
Yeah, so, I mean, she could have went on Daryl style and fucking, like, got knocked down on a boat and fucking just, like, I saw those pictures.
Did she have armor, too?
Yeah, she had armor, too.
Or it might have been his brother, Rick's brother.
No, I do like the whole idea. I did like the whole idea with Michonne finding her daughter, but in the show, it was anticlimactic. It wasn't as so emotionally, like, oh my god, like, whenever I remember reading that panel. I remember when I first read that panel, when I got from my local comic book store, I got that issue, and I remember reading it, and I was like, whoa, that is fucking crazy. Like, I thought that was such a cool idea, and it was such a cool, like, add-on to Michonne's story, But when they do it in the show, it just wasn't as heartfelt. It was just kind of like, oh, that's cool, because you don't care for Yumiko as you cared for Michonne at that time.
Right.
Which is why actually I didn't know the comic were ending. I actually thought at that time Michonne's story was coming to an end and she was gonna die soon because she was happy. She was happy with what she was doing, and when someone's happy in The Walking Dead, what happens to them? They die.
Right.
They die. So, I thought that she was gonna be the next big death, Michonne, because she was happy. She was kind of came full circle,
Yeah.
But no, it ended. And believe it or not, I was talking to my other friend a few months ago, and he said that I know he didn't know that the show was ending, but Andrea's death really signified that the comics were coming to an end. He's like, if you think about it, you go back, it kind of signified that it was about to end here soon because just how big she was to the story, and her dying was just kind of signifying that the comics are about to end here soon.
Right.
I was didn't know at the time, but it was kind of like a hint. Nobody caught it, but Robert Kirkman killing off Andrew was kind of like a hint of this show's the comics about to end here soon. Because it was so huge. I was so pissed off at him too. I was so fucking pissed. I was like, what the fuck you got I was so pissed off.
So with this donation for Telltale Games, would you say another Walking Dead game, eh? In the future, possibly.
Which is the good thing. Something funny is that all these fans were going like, "Oh no, that you." Because I remember looking at the panel, and I about threw my comic book across the fucking room when they showed she had a bite mark on her neck from saving Eugene. And the fans online were like, "Oh, it could just be a bullet graze, it could just be that." It's like, no, it's not,
Yeah.
It's like, no, but it's like I was so pissed off because it was just in the manner that they did it. It was like a ripoff from the show, but it was like I don't know why they did that because like it just didn't feel right. It didn't really feel right.
No,
like the way she died or the fact that she died.
Kind of both. The way she died was kind of a little bit. I think Kirkman could have done better. Her dying at that time. If the comics were still going on right now, I would say she should not have died right then and there. But now that the comics ended at where it was, I'd say it was an okay time. It was an okay time for her to die. Since it was pretty close to the end, it makes sense. It's just in the manner. What do you think, buddy? Did you not like the way she died in the comics? I did not like it. I really didn't, but whatever.
I found it a little weird how she was bitten on the neck, though, like while she's on a horse.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like, how could you not have noticed that? It's like, how do you not notice getting bit on the neck? There's a pretty sensitive area there.
But also, like, she's on a horse. Like, there's a zombie, like, 10 feet tall. Like, bro, what?
Well, they showed in one of the shots is that one of the zombies was, like, held onto her torso, like, around her neck, and it's just like, oh, yeah, totally. It was so weird, too, because, yeah, I agree with you. It's like, how do you not notice getting bit on the fucking neck? It's like, it's like, how sensitive your neck is? Like, when I try and, like, because I get acne, right? It's, like, I have big acne, right? When I'm trying to, like, get rid of my acne and shit, the neck ones are the worst, man. It's, like, the most sensitive because your neck has, like, barely any muscle, right? So it's, like, it's the worst spot to get, like, a tattoo. So it's like, how the fuck do you not notice you get bit on the fucking neck? It's like, I don't get that.
Yeah, and also, like, horses are, like, kind of fast. Like, they're not kind of fast. They are fast, right? Like, it's not like she was, like, running around on the horse, but, like, it's kind of hard to, like, grab onto a horse while it's moving and all that stuff as well.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that I have to say, Kirkman, he's a mastermind. He's an amazing writer. Invincible, Renfield, yeah, that new movie Renfield is based off of his story, believe it or not. And The Walking Dead, a lot of his story and a lot of his, parallel and symbolism was amazing, but I gotta say, towards the very end, he's kind of lacking. He kind of was. You could tell, too. You could tell he's running out of ideas. Now, my friend thinks he's full of shit when he says he ran out of ideas. And so he just ended it, because I'm just like, nah, I don't know about that, man. the whole ends of the comics were set in stone, I think, around when they got to Alexandria.
Well, he said, yeah, no, you're right. But I was gonna say, he said, by the time they got to like the fair issue, Robert Kirkman was like, oh crap, like, we don't have very much.
Yeah. He knew that it wasn't gonna reach 200 whenever that happened. He said that. It's like, fuck, man. You couldn't have just. Well, why couldn't you just space out a few things, to make sure it's like, you can space out, but no, you space out like 7 more issues, just like have some stuff drug out more, People will complain, but fuck them. 200 issues are better than 193.
Really, he could have done it. Like, he could have just done like Claudia, right? Added some Clementine stuff to do 200. Like, it's only 7 more.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what would have been really cool though, and I think that honestly, that this would have been a way better idea. Ronnie Hayes came up with this idea after reading 168, where Negan the whole Negan issue where he kind of confronts everybody and tells them like that issue after Andrea dies and shit. Well, he had this idea that like how they're planning on going to find these people that Eugene's talking to. He had the idea that Negan and Carl were going to come with them. He said Michonne should be like, he's like, I got this really cool idea. It's like, I think the people that are going to go with them are going to be, Eugene, Michonne, and but I think Michonne, since, Carl just lost another mom, it's like, Rick, you stay here, you handle the things. Carl comes with me, he goes on this little trip with me, I'll take care of him, and I'll help him get through this so you don't have to worry about that, and I'll also take care of Negan, So it would have been really cool to see, because it would have continued. Because let's be honest, after that, they didn't really do anything with Carl. There was the whole time we didn't see Carl at all in the Commonwealth, and then on top of that, Negan was nowhere to be seen after that. So, so the thing I say is that it would have been really cool if Negan and Carl accompanied them on the mission to the Commonwealth, because it would have been really cool. It would have added Negan's story and all that. Yeah, because what they did with Negan and Carl after that issue was not too great, because Carl was barely even in the comics after that until the very end, and then Negan left the comics and was never came back. So I agree with Ronnie that that was actually a way better idea.
And he only brought along Maggie, because he didn't do anything with them really. And then he only brought along Sadiq just to kind of reveal that he's Rosita's.
Yeah, which was kind of okay, cool. That wasn't the biggest thing. And then they introduced the most annoying character in all the Walking Dead, Princess. I remember reading. I remember reading the panels. It's like, I'm not even reading this shit. I'm skipping over it. She's talking about stupid shit. Yeah.
But with the whole Sadiq and Magna and Yumiko, I think he kind of just brought on random characters. They're like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of cool to give them some page time. But he didn't do anything with them anyway.
And they revealed, Magna and Yumiko were a couple, and it's just like, Kirkman, I know what you're doing. You don't have to do that,
Yeah, but other than that, he didn't do anything with them other than just put them on a few more pages.
Yeah, because after Yumiko and Magna got to come in and do shit.
For sure.
After that, it was focused on Michonne, and that was it, Because it was a big thing with Michonne, and after they got to the Commonwealth, the two big main characters during that issue, or the volume 30, was Michonne and Eugene,
That's Dwight.
And then Dwight too. Well, not volume 30, that's volume 31. I do like the idea of, I don't know. The whole Dwight, losing his fucking mind and just, going crazy. I knew Dwight was unhinged. You know what I mean? But, I don't know if it was really fitting for him to just go out like that. But he's a way different character than he was in the show. Because in the comics, he's a piece of shit. He's not a guy that acts redeemable. I remember how much of a surprise it was whenever Dwight was revealed to be he was revealed to actually try to stop Negan. He came to Rick and was like, fuck this guy. in the show, if you're not unless you're a comic book fan, well, obviously since you're a comic book fan, you're gonna see it coming because you know it's gonna come, right? But if you're not a comic book fan, you can still tell that it was coming, that Dwight was gonna go to the other side because it was so obvious. Because they show how he was before, you know, in season 6. They didn't do such a good job making it such a big surprise. In the comics, it was such a big surprise whenever Dwight was revealed to be, you know, trying to be a secret agent, you know, but he actually was way worse of a person in the comics. Like, he was actually a piece of shit. In the show, he was actually less of a piece of shit. So he was actually, if he would have went out like that in the show, it would not have worked out. In the comics, I don't know. I didn't really like it. I thought it was really cheap. You know, believe it or not, sorry, go ahead and say.
Well, they built up like the rivalry between Rick and Dwight like since the beginning, really, but also since like the Whisper War. Like they're having arguments and stuff.
Yeah, because Dwight started questioning Rick's authority and stuff like that. Like you know, and you know what would have really been. You know what? My friend told me this, and I was kind of mixed about it. But he's like, you know what would have been a cool idea is if imagine if like in the Commonwealth, Rick like just humiliates Dwight and like just, you know, humiliates Dwight and tells him, you can't do this anymore, Dwight. You know, this isn't how I taught you and all this thing. He humiliates Dwight in front of everybody in the Commonwealth. And this is after, you know, obviously Rick, like, you know, kind of like makes that speech or whatever. Like Dwight has like and then like, you know, imagine if Dwight just says, fuck it, and he kills Rick. He kills him. He kills Rick. And he's the one that ends up killing Rick in the end. My friend's like, I kind of would have liked that. I'm like, really? You know, that's pretty a unique way for Rick Grimes to go out. But like you said, it was kind of built up with the Rick and Dwight rivalry. Imagine if it would have ended with Dwight killing Rick. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I see where it was your friend, you said? I see where he's coming from. But also kind of like how Rick died too in a way, like in a sense, like I know a lot of people are really mad, but I kind of like how it's just like, it just happens. Like it's so random. It's from just like some random Sebastian, some random 20-year-old dude.
Well, I get his idea. I get his idea though. People of, the thing that I get where he's coming from, and I get where he's coming from politically wise too. It's like, oh, you give anybody a gun. Yeah, I get that too. But it's like, the other side of it, I see what he's talking about is that a lot of people in history that are viewed as like, you know, heroes and, you know, people who have high, you know, praise are assassinated by shit people. You know, I think I get the idea because it's like, that's one of his, I think I get it, where it's like, Rick Grimes, you know, went through a lot of ways to where he could have died in such a honorable and cool way, but he died in a shitty-ass way because that's how a lot of people of, you know, high praise die. It's Abraham Lincoln, JFK, you know, and they all died by piece of shit people that are just brats, you know? You know, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. But, like, the other side of it was that he's like, he said it in the season 10 panel. He said Rick Grimes was so safe. Rick Grimes has saved the world at that point. At that point in the show, in the comics, he has saved the world. Rick Grimes had saved the world. He was so safe that he had to die that way. He was so safe that was the only way he could have died. You know, he survived so many horrible ways to die, but he was so safe that, you know, and I get where he's coming from. I mean, don't you think so? In a way? In a way.
Yeah, like, he's too important to go outside, right? And, like, start dealing with zombies and all that stuff. So, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it, too. He probably said in his, I remember reading this. He goes, as soon as I introduced the character Sebastian, I knew he would be the character to kill Rick Grimes. And I'm just like, how? Yeah, how? Like, I wish you could ask him, like, how do you know that this little shit fucking brat is the person that kills the great Rick Grimes? Like, you know, really? I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't get that.
Going back to Dwight's death, like I'm fine that Rick killed him, but it's just kind of, I feel like it's a little. I feel like it would take more for Rick to just shoot him like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it was kind of like one of those things where Rick was just tired of war. You know, he just said, "Fuck this." I think in his mind he just said, "Fuck this." Dwight's about to start another war. I gotta fucking just. I'm tired of this shit. You know? I think that's kind of what was running through his mind. Like Dwight's about to start a war with this fucking, civilization. Fuck this. This time I'm gonna stop it before it happens. So, I'm gonna kill him. I think that's kind of what his idea was with that.
Yeah, but I think even though Rick is kind of injured and all that stuff, I think he's more likely to either stand in front of the gun, or even try to move the gun away, and then maybe shoot, and then Dwight might accidentally shoot the ceiling or something, right? I think he's more likely to do that than just straight up shoot Dwight.
Yeah, which was why I was kind of a surprise, but I think at that point Rick was just. I think he just, I don't know, it was really a weird thing. It's and then at the very end you got, did I just prevent a war that, it's just it's kind of cheap, Kirkman, but I mean, it's kind of a cheap. I do think it was an interesting death. I do think that, I don't have a problem with Dwight dying. It's a big death. It's not a big death. It's a big death, though, especially with what his character was, but I remember reading it, and I was just like, whoa, okay, I don't really care too much about it. I mean, I think it's kind of a little stupid, but I'm not mad about it because I didn't really care too much for Dwight because Dwight was pissing me off for a while, so it was, I mean, those deaths at the very end were kind of a little weird. Andrea, Dwight, Rick, a little weird, last three people to die in the comics, but whatever.
Yeah, I think Rick's death, I'm kind of fine how he died, but I think all the characters' deaths, I'm fine with that they did die. It's just the way Andrea technically died, in Rick's arms and all that stuff, right? But, how she's bitten, the way she's bitten and all that stuff, just the way it happened, I think it could have been better.
Yeah, facts, and I forgot, who was the person that died? Who was the big death before Andrea? I'm trying to forget. I mean, of course, it's Gabriel. That's one. But he kind of was not important at that time because you barely even saw him, but...
Before Andrea. And, well, there's, the Pike death.
Yeah, that's right. There's a Pike death, yeah. Ezekiel's character wasn't a big death. It was a big death. It was kind of Dwight's death. Rosita's was a big death. I would say Rosita's death was bigger than Ezekiel's, to be honest with you. I don't know why they thought Ezekiel's death was bigger than Rosita's, but whatever.
I think it's because she didn't really do much by the end.
Yeah, that's true, because, well, and the thing is, it was sad because Ezekiel was also happy at that time, Rosita wasn't. Rosita died as a fucking whore and cheated on Eugene and got pregnant.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a shit way for her character to end, honestly. Her character is way better in the show. It's, yeah. So
Rosita turned into a mess by the end. Because she was, always crying and stuff.
Yeah, so she just was a fucking whore. She was still kind of a whore in the show too, someone dumps her, she hops to Spencer, and then and then Sadiq, and then Gabriel, and obviously everybody knew she was a hot piece of ass, but it's just it was funny. Because it was just within a week, Rosita lost her ex-boyfriend and her booty call, which was Spencer. It was kind of
no. You know who was really sleeping around? Michonne.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
She was trying to get with Heath too, but Heath is like, nah, man.
Yeah. Michonne was too, yeah, because she went. She's the reason why fucking Carol almost tried to kill herself. She tried to kill herself.
I mean, to be fair with her sleep, I said her sleeping around, but there is some like time passed like between Tyrese, Morgan. There is some time did pass between them. So it's not like she's like back to back to back.
Yeah, that's true with Michonne. I don't know. I mean, Michonne's character in the comics was very cool. She was I would almost say her character was a little bit better than the show, just because of her story was a little bit better.
I definitely like comic Michonne more than TV Michonne by a lot.
I mean, I'm not a person that says I hate like Walker Dead. I don't hate Michonne, but I think it made sense for who was left. Because Henry is dead. Yeah, the next person that would make sense is Michonne. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
now,
I'm fine with them getting together. It's just I wish it was written better.
Yeah, it should. It came out of nowhere. Now, in 3 seasons, it was built up to their friendship. You know, they were very close. You know, they built up that, but they didn't build up that they felt that they, had feelings for each other at all.
Mm-hmm. But even when, like, after it was already, like, revealed that they're in a relationship, like, I didn't really, like, sense that. I still didn't feel like they were actually in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It did feel very off.
And that's the thing is that, like, it should have been written better. And it was also kind of fucked up how, like, I know it was like a multiple month time jump, but like one episode after Rick loses one lover, he gets with Michonne. It's like, oh yeah, I get it. It was a time jump, but it's like, do you really think they had to do it like directly after? They could have had that, a little bit like later.
Mm-hmm.
They could have set that up towards the end of the season, maybe. I'm just saying, but yeah.
Also, Michonne's character kind of turned into just being, Rick's boyfriend. Like she had her own like storyline and all that stuff, but then once she got with Rick, she didn't really have that.
True.
But like the thing with comic Michonne, like she's always had that storyline, even when she's with, a partner. She's always had that.
Yeah, she always had an interesting. She always had an interesting story. Even after the all-out war with her like leaving on the boat and then coming back and yeah, her story was always very interesting. I say that Michonne's story in the comics was one of the best stories of any character. Personally, that's just me though. I think it's story-wise when it comes to the greatest stories in the show. Rick, Michonne, maybe Carl. Not towards the very end, but well, at least just before Rick died. Right before Rick died, Carl wasn't doing shit. So Eugene's story was really good too. Abraham's story was good, but it just ended off really abruptly. It wasn't done as good as the show, honestly, because he just died, after he cheated on fucking Rosita,
I meant show.
Oh, yeah, because it's like, yeah, and then the comics, his story was good to a certain point. When he cheated on Rosita, that's when I was just like, bro, I didn't really like that at all. And the show was a really good story. Abraham's story was really good. The comics are overall the better series, and that's without a doubt. I say that if they would have done All Out War exactly like the comics, it would have been the best season of the show, period. You know, and I tell people, I tell Johnny here, Ray's, tell him, I said, if you read All Out War, you'll see what I mean. Like, it's one of the best, like, war storylines in all of, you know, comics. It really is. All Out War is amazing in the comics, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
So fucking well done.
I will definitely continue to finishing reading that.
You know, I think that the reason why Rick, I really think, I mean, I still wonder to this day why Rick, you know, slash Negan and didn't, like, you know, I still wonder why. I think my son Cody kind of told me his theory on it, but, like, as to why, like, you know, after Rick, like, convinced Negan to, like, become good, he just slashed his throat. And then, you know, obviously Negan broke his leg and then stuff like that. And then he saved Negan's life and then was like that. I think it was, I wonder why he did that. You know what I mean? He could have just stayed with, had Negan, you know, convinced. Why do you think he did that?
To show everyone that Negan, like, that he beat Negan.
Yeah, you think that's the reason why he did that?
Like, I mean, because he couldn't have just, like, I'm going to say arrest. Arrest isn't the right word, but he couldn't have just, like, arrested Negan, right?
Well, yeah, because Negan was sitting there going, you're right. We could just sit there and do this, you know? We can work together, you know? And then after that, Rick says, exactly. And then he slits his throat and then, you know, and this and that. And it's like, well, why'd you do that? You just convinced Negan to be good, you know?
Yeah, I think it was, I mean, he might have not trusted Negan, I don't know, but I think the whole slashing the throat thing, I think, or maybe, I don't know, maybe because Rick probably like, had that he was going to slash Negan's throat from the beginning, like, had that planned, right? And he maybe didn't even expect Negan to be like, oh, you're right. He probably expected Negan to, like, not say that, right? But he's like, oh, well, I might as well, I'll stick with the plan.
And I think it was also one of those things where he wanted to show everybody that Negan lost, and so the Saviors would not, you know, be around anymore. And on top of that, I think he was kind of like, the reason why he saved Negan was that he was tired of the death. Because there's a lot of death in All Out War. He was tired of the death. And so he wanted to show people that the death needed to stop, you know. And that's why.
Better than Negan.
Yeah, I think that's what his whole thing was there. He's like, slit his throat, you know. I slit his throat. He could die at any minute now, but I'm going to save him because I'm better. And the show was obviously different because the whole reason why he did it was because that's what Carl would have wanted. So that's the only reason why he did that, you know. That's the only reason why he did that. And in the comics, it was a little more. It was a little. I say it was more thought out. You know, Rick was tired of the killing, and he was just showing people that he's better than Negan and that the killing just needs to stop. You know, because besides the show didn't have too many deaths in All Out War besides Carl and a few characters, but All Out War had a lot of deaths. A lot of people died in that span of, 12 issues. So yeah, but a lot of people.
Yeah, who do we have? We had like Richard, Cal, Eric.
Yeah, Dr. What?
Yeah,
Dr. Yeah,
it was like Harlan, Carson, and Carson.
No, not Harlan Carson. It was who was the character?
Connor?
No, it was Holly was one of them too. Richard. We also had who? Oh yeah, that's right. In the comics, it was a lot more people, right? Like it was Holly. What was Heath's girlfriend in the comics again? It was
Denise.
Yeah, Denise. A lot of other characters I forgot though. Fuck, but a lot of people. There was a lot of deaths. A lot of people died in the war.
Gregory, or did he die after?
He died after. He's got his leg blown off.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really interesting panel that I saw. He's got his leg fucking blown up hard. It's like, fuck. Yeah. That was yeah. And then you never even see the. It was hard to even tell that Heath had a missing leg and afterwards. It's like, well, he had a missing leg. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, because Eugene made him a robot leg.
Yeah, Eugene made him a robot leg, but it didn't seem like a robot. It wasn't like Clem's leg where it was so obvious that it wasn't. It was way different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which I thought was really cool whenever they had Dale with the little pirate stick leg.
Peg leg, yeah.
Yeah, the little peg leg. That was cool. You know, it was like, hell yeah, Dale, you know, fuck yeah, man. You know, but like, obviously Dale was the father figure in the comics versus Herschel. Herschel in the comics was actually just a broken man.
Yeah.
He was just a broken man. You know, he was just there. He was just kind of a crazy, kind of just broken man. He was kind of racist too, along with Otis. Him and Otis were both racist towards black people.
The show Herschel and comic Herschel, like, that's one of the biggest changes, but like for the better though.
Well, they did that on purpose because Dale's actor left the show. Because Dale got Bob's death, you know, he has like, and it was so. I feel like honestly.
Did I say Dale? I meant Herschel. I said Dale.
Mm-hmm. I mean, before Dale, Alan was kind of like the father figure for Rick in the comics. Because Alan, before he died.
Alan was cool.
Yeah, Alan he wasn't around too long, but he was the father figure before Dale in the comics, before he died, which was right when they got to the prison, you know, because he got his leg bitten. But that was yeah. But Dale always in the comics was always trying to cross Rick. Like he was always trying to. And even though he was a father figure to Rick for a while, he really butted heads with Rick a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always fucking like, no, you're not doing this right, Rick. Go fuck yourself, Rick. You know, it's just.
Well, he always he's like a 60, 70-year-old man, right? So he just lived a lot of life, right? So he, you know, thinks he, you know, probably knows a lot more than Rick.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that he butted heads with Rick a lot, but he was like the father figure for Rick for a while. You know, he really was. Yeah, that's why, because like Herschel like that, because they kind of also, you know, because Herschel lost his leg too, you know. But I still say that, like, if they would have done the prison arc at the same exact length as they did the comics, they would have been in the prison for 2 seasons, maybe even 3 seasons. Fuck.
Yeah, you know who they should have kept Billy alive.
Billy?
Yeah.
I don't even think Billy was even introduced in the show.
No, in the comics.
Yeah.
You should have survived longer than the prison.
He just had sex with Carol and died. That's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, Carol just fucking loses it in the very end. Like, Carol in the comics is way different. She loses her fucking mind. She tries to have a threesome with Lori and shit like that. It's crazy. Yeah, no joke.
Jeez.
It was nuts. It's like Carol was fucked in the head from the start.
I remember Axel was like watching Carol and Lori like showering and stuff, and then Axel gets with like Patricia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and Tyrese
really?
said Carol at first, and then Tyrese sees her. Which I still say to this day that was Michonne's fault, because Tyrese just feels caught in the moment. I mean, if a girl comes up to you and is acting all seductive and pulling down your pants, it's really hard to resist. To be honest, like, you might have a girlfriend, but it's like,
I don't know, if you're dating someone, I feel like you should like, I know it's Michonne's fault because she knew what she was doing, but it's also Tyrese's fault because, you know, she should be able to
yeah, I'm sure it's hard to resist because it's like you're caught up in the moment. You know, testosterone is flowing through you. You know.
I couldn't see myself doing that. But then
I couldn't either, and that's part of the reason why cheating happens more than you think. It's because women seduce men into doing shit, you know, and it's just like the man is, you know, comes out of it looking like a piece of shit, but it's like, well, he seduced me, you know, like I couldn't help myself, you know, I was caught in the moment, you know. That's kind of where it kind of works, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't know personally, but I just think that, you know, someone knows here, hint, hint. But yeah, just yeah. But I'm just saying that I think that's kind of like, you know, you're caught in the moment, and I wouldn't know, but I just think that's probably the reason why cheating happens a lot more, is because women do that shit. But no, the whole prison arc was so well fought. But I will say that the governor coming back was kind of out of nowhere versus built up in the show.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll never forget watching the episode Internment, which was a really good episode. I'm a big fan of the whole flu stuff. I know it was a filler storyline, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was creepy. It had a whole new aspect to the apocalypse, kind of no way out situation. But I'll never forget whenever they zoom out of Carl and Rick eating peas, and then you zoom out on the governor's head, and then he turns his head. It's like, oh shit, you know. I'll never forget that.
And then there's a scene with Tyrese, and he's like, there's like a bunch of zombies in the gym in the comics, and then he kills a bunch of them, and like a bunch of like people get out, but Tyrese is like still inside, and they're like, oh, Tyrese is dead. So for a few issues, everybody thinks Tyrese is dead, but he just comes back and says, oh yeah, I killed all of them.
Yeah, that was they did that in the show. But it was different because it was when they were on the run to get the medicine. But in the comics, it was way cooler because in the show it was way cool. Well, actually, no, in the comics it was way cooler because Tyrese, there was nowhere for him to go or run away. You know, it wasn't out in the open. It was in this room, and they had to shut the door, and Tyrese was locked in there. You know, and so he killed. It looked like fucking 30 zombies. And he killed them all with just a fucking hammer. You know?
And he was like cornered in it.
I remember they made in the Walking Dead Deluxe, the colored issues, the cover they made was Tyrese covered in blood with the hammer. Because I'll never forget that panel with Tyrese just like sitting there, blood all zombies dead, and he's just like, yeah, I killed all those fuckers. You know? And the show, it made more sense because there's actually like, he was surrounded, but like it was outside, so he actually kind of had somewhere to go.
We're doing pretty good, guys. We got a C+ on social blog.
But I will say that the reason why the show Tyrese was a little lacking was because Daryl existed. If Daryl didn't exist, they would have had the whole right-hand man storyline with Tyrese like they did in the comics.
Yeah, it's probably true. I didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, because Daryl existing, they went down that path, and so Tyrese kind of became less there. You know, I love Chad Coleman. I thought he was a great Tyrese. I don't think they could have hired a better actor, but it wasn't because Daryl existed.
Oh my!
I like Tyrese as a character in the show, but not as like an adaptation for like comic Tyrese. I mean, like if he was his own character, then it would be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't act like... Yeah, I agree, because he didn't act like comic Tyrese at all.
Yeah.
Comic Tyrese was more... he was just more smart.
That's
I've never
Tyrese
wow.
He was just a man.
You know?
Yeah, he was just a man. He was a big... I'll never forget whenever Rick and... Tyrese got into that fist fight in the comics. That was pretty big.
Yeah. And Rick falls over the railing.
Yeah, so Rick falls off the fucking railing, and oh man, yeah, that was it was all because Rick killed Dexter, and that, you know, Carol killing herself, trying to kill herself. Rick confronts Tyrese, and they brawl it out and shit. They do that in the show, but it's not as huge as it was in the comics because it was a pretty big moment. Because it was kind of riling up. You know, it was building up to seeing Tyrese and Rick where they were just about to fucking just fight each other.
Rick killing Dexter was kind of like, like I get it, but it's also like, bro, like I don't know, like I like that Robert Kirkman wrote that in because it's like I had mixed feelings on that, like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, because Dexter at that time, I think he was kind of having second thoughts what he was doing, and so just Rick ended him. Like he didn't see a second guess. He just ended him because he wanted to. He wanted him to die.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
How
right?
Has a D.
And so because he killed them, he had a lot of people had mixed feelings about that because not everybody wanted Dexter to die. I guess
Yeah, and then there's like Thomas, whatever, who killed Susie and Lacey, and then they hung him or something. Or, actually, I don't know if they hung him. They hung him on the cover, but did they hang him in the issue?
I don't remember because they showed in the issue, the cover, but I don't remember them showing in the issue. It was yeah, you're right. I don't remember.
Let me look it up.
Because Thomas Richards actually was the character that police officer was talking about in the in Lee Everett's car, in the car Lee Everett had. It was it. Because you even know it too because he talks about his facial features.
So Thomas gets shot by Maggie and then he's eaten by zombies. Oh, okay. So Maggie takes revenge.
Can I tell you a really cool theory that I had? Imagine if so you know how there were drawings of Rick and Shane in season 1 of the Telltale series, right?
I don't think this is the right one.
Like in the definitive edition thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if Rick was the one that arrested. Imagine if Rick and Shane were the ones that arrested Lee, because it would work timeline-wise. Because Lee had just gotten out of court. A court takes about a week, so in that time frame, Rick could have gotten shot and put in the coma in that time frame. And whenever Lee was arrested, that was about a week prior to that. So, imagine if Rick and Shane were the ones that came to the scene after Lee Everett killed the senator, and imagine if that was like a really crazy cameo that they reveal. Maybe that was the idea, because I came up with that.
Where he killed the senator?
Yeah, well, in like a house. But imagine if
But like what, like city?
I believe it was Macon, Georgia, around there, but it's not too far away from.
Because I know Lee lived in Macon, Georgia, with his family. Like his family business was there.
Well, yeah, and then Rick lived in Cynthiana, Louisiana.
I thought he lived in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, no, it's Cynthiana, Louisiana. I'm sorry. See, I guess maybe that wouldn't have worked out because Rick lived in Louisiana. I thought it was in Georgia. Well, that doesn't make sense because Rick was in Atlanta.
What the frick?
They were in Atlanta. So if they were from Cynthiana, then. Oh no, it was Kentucky. I think wasn't it Kentucky?
Yeah, Rick lived in Kentucky.
So I don't understand that because how is he in Atlanta then?
What do you mean? Who?
Rick, like remember he was in the hospital in Georgia, wasn't he? Because they were in Atlanta. The whole.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's
maybe
like
he was just working there for some reason.
I'm about to look this shit up. Hold on, give me a second. Because I'm getting confused. Now I'm getting confused. Because it's like, I know Walking Dead show is the master at like making long distances look short. They do that shit the fucking Commonwealth. Gosh. Yeah, Aaron could probably walk a horde of walkers like 200 miles, all the way from, Virginia to Ohio, but, see here. Cynthiana, Kentucky.
Every time I keep going to Walking Dead's channel, it's not. It gives me a different channel. Oh Oh, I should do Brian. What the? Is that even the real Brian? Wait, is there anything on Brian's channel? Is it just Brian, or is there more to his channel name?
Brian Akeem.
Brian with the Brian King.
Achim.
Wait, say that again. Is there a space, or is it just one word?
I think there's probably a space.
So you said Brian King? Is that what you said?
No, Akeem. Achim. You found it?
Hold on.
Wait, where did Deadwalker go?
I'm right here.
Are you looking up Rick stuff?
Yeah. It's Rick was in Indiana at the very beginning of the issue, but so I guess he drove five hours to Atlanta, I guess.
This is like before you got shot?
Well, no, yeah, before he lived in Indiana, Kentucky.
Oh wait, no, because he was on a horse. Remember, he
Yeah.
That doesn't
he traveled on a horse and all that stuff.
Yeah, then that doesn't make sense at all because that doesn't make sense because you can't travel on horse all the way from Kentucky. Is northern Kentucky too. It's not just like at the very edge of Kentucky. It's all the way in northern. That doesn't make sense at all.
He woke up in a hospital, and then he left, and then there was like a few houses, remember, and like he saw like dead bodies in the houses, and then eventually finds a horse.
There we go.
That was in Kentucky and all that shit.
Okay,
you know?
not bad. He's doing better than Walker did.
So then he walks all the way to Atlanta on a horse.
Oh, I still make more than him though.
How did he do that? Did he know that there's like, because they were saying that it's like a safe zone or something?
Well, yeah, he thought his family would be there. They make it make more sense in the damn show because it's actually like in fucking Georgia, you know.
Oh wait, when did he find Morgan?
He finds Morgan when he's in Kentucky.
Okay, so Morgan tells him that's like the safe zone or whatever, and your family might be there, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah. Okay. So actually, no. Morgan gave him the car, and he drove. Wow. So he drove majority of the trip from Cincinnati, Kentucky to Georgia. So so I'm guessing that when he got off the whenever his car broke down, he actually was he was close to Atlanta at that time. So majority of the trip was in car, but the last little bit of it was on the horse. So it's about a 5-hour drive. It's not that long. It's not like 12 hours. It's 5-hour drive.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh my
when he finds the horse.
That is...
Right, so it seems like he finds the horse in issue 2. Because it's on the cover of
Bro,
issue 2.
there must be something wrong here. I don't know.
And then, when did he find like Lori and stuff?
After traveling all night, Rick arrives in Georgia. He finds a gas station that's frustrated that's out of gas. Continues driving until he runs out of gas. Continues his journey on foot until he's nearby farm. After knocking on the door, there's no answers. He enters the house. To his horror, he just blah blah blah. There he finds the horse and the hat. Yep. Okay, so he gets to Georgia from the car. So he drives about, say, 4 or 3 hours from Kentucky to Georgia, and then he continues. So that makes more sense, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was like, what? You know, I don't know what who's Kirkman's thinking on this shit, man. Fuck. But
Ha! I got a better I got a better grade than Epic. Let's go.
What are you talking about, grade?
On Social Blade, you know how it grades the channel?
Yeah, I have the same grade as Epic.
He's got a C. I got a C plus. You know what's funny? I'm laughing. Down the Bomb has a D as a grade. That's funny. I laugh at that one. He's not getting.
I look at my channel too.
I'm laughing at that because he's higher than me. So how the frick is he? I mean, it's probably because he's not getting paid right now. That's probably what it's grading him on.
I'm at a C plus.
You know what's even more funny when I search up Walker Dead?
I'm at a C.
So you know, so his channel pops up, right? So I hit his channel, and first of all, I don't know what it's doing, but it gives him a D for his channel. He's got 71 subscribers. I don't know if that's a glitch in the thing or something. I don't know. But I'm typing it right, and I'm seeing his thing pop up and everything. So when I hit select channel, it's showing.
Wait, who is this?
It's showing Walker Dead, and it's showing a black guy in the profile. I don't know.
What's the profile picture? Is that him?
Oh my god!
Are you seeing what I'm talking about? Wait, did you actually look it up?
Yeah, dude, it shows his profile picture. It shows his face. What the fuck, dude? Do you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't sure if that was.
Oh my god, dude! Why does he look like light-skinned Mr. Clean with hair?
Oh, dude,
He's
I
got
don't know.
take off on too.
I don't know why it still doesn't pop up when I'm typing in. I mean, yeah. I mean, no.
Yeah, he's trying so hard. I mean, I know he doesn't look like it, but he's trying so hard to look like Dominic Toretto.
Look at him. Yeah. What the fuck?
I know what you mean, Raze, though. Like, it says when you click on it, it changes.
Right, so I don't know. That's interesting. A D as a grade. Ooh,
he's got a D.
That's a rip. Subscribers 71. What? That's.
And it says it only has 4,000 views when you actually click on it. But when you don't click on it, it says 160 subscribers, 19,000 views.
I don't know. That's very weird. He only makes about up to $25 a year if he did make anything.
And why does it show this profile? Like, where's this picture from?
This must be when he first started.
Oh, maybe.
User created 2017. Oh, maybe that's. No, it's showing live subscriber count 71. What?
He's at like 160 something.
Right. Oh, I hope those are not fake accounts. that would be a rip in the chat. Oh, that would be. 4,000 views. Yeah, that's funny, that profile picture.
Oh my god.
He's smiling in this profile picture. Oh my god. Oh, it's funny as shit. Oh shit. Oh, I can't help but laughing at that shit is funny. Everybody else has a C plus. That's funny though. Dom has a D. Yeah, it's gotta be because he's not getting paid. That's probably why. I thought he got that shit figured out, but I guess not. That's a rip. Rip in the chat down. Hopefully.
Yeah, he kind of looks like.
Who else? I was gonna search up there. Somebody else.
Wait, it says Epic is at 252 subscribers.
I think you're looking at the wrong Epic.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
this is
have
like
to be
a like.
Pacific. It's capital E, capital Z, and capital
Hold
K.
on, I'm gonna send this in the thing.
If you type it in correctly, it should just pop up.
So who is this though?
I don't know, somebody else probably. Dan Reviews. Wait, is this the right one? No, it's not. It's somebody else. Huh. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it says he's got these. So I got a higher rating than Epic. Yeah, they probably made a mistake. I mean, Social Blade can't keep up with everybody.
No, I found the real Epic.
Oh, I see. I see what I did here. Okay.
Right after.
I got you.
I don't know who this other person is though.
It's in all caps for one.
I don't know how a fake Epic has more subscribers than the real
Epic. There we go. So you got to put it in exactly correct. Dan Reviews B-. Good job.
You know what Walker Deck kind of looks like in that photo? You know the
Not doing too
short,
bad, Mr.
you know,
Dan.
like you remember the short? You ever see the movie Ratatouille?
Yeah.
You know the mean like chef guy that's always like on fucking the other guy, the short Mexican guy with the mustache.
Yeah, I think so. Does he know his better half though?
That's kind of what Walker Dead looks like.
Dan makes about 13 to 211 monthly. 150.
He doesn't have any.
150.
Dan doesn't have any ads or anything on it.
$159 to 2.5K yearly. Not terrible.
Bro, that profile picture though.
You're gaining subs though, I will say. So.
Yeah, you could probably.
You're on the
Oh,
uptrend.
gosh.
Yeah, you're on the uptrend in all of it, on subscribers and views. So that's good.
Oh man, so funny too.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, let me look at Deadwalker. Oh no, I think you and him have the same grade, don't you? It's a C for both, right?
How long will you keep going, John?
Well, we can end it here. That's fine. We can make it more.
Well, no, because I mean, obviously don't got work tomorrow because you're still doing it. I don't know, because it's almost fucking 3 o'clock. I'll be up all night watching this new show that I really like.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we can probably end it here. Oh yeah, now it's at 10%. So yeah, we went for a long time. I'm good.
It was fun.
Good job, Deadwalker. You make 3 cents to 43 cents a month. That's good. That's pretty good, man. And you make
43 cents. Yeah, fuck yeah.
and you make
my
about,
job. Yeah,
you make
43 cents.
you make up to $5. You make up to $5 a year, so not bad.
My name is Epic Zombie Killer. You choose my job, make $5 a year. I'm doing a good job in my life.
Oh shit!
No, we'll never forget when he said that.
Oh, I know.
Unless you're someone that can gain subscribers back, YouTube is not going to be your job, man. It's just not. I mean,
He's not even. He lost those 4 subscribers, and guess what? He never gained them back. He's still at 30 fucking 2. He's still at 32 subs. I mean, geez, oh Pete. Now, Mr. Beast, you want to know about an A+ channel? That's an A+ right there, baby.
yeah, Mr. Beast is in a big controversy right now, though.
He's got an A+. A+ for A+ people. Yeah, I know.
What's
He got. I think he
Dan's
got.
rank?
I think he got rid of Chris though. From what I'm seeing, he got rid of him. So
Well, what's Dan Reviews rating?
B minus. Pretty good.
That's pretty good for Dan.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not far behind him. I got a C plus. I'm not far behind him. So, Mr. Beast, he makes $320,000 to $5.1 million a year. Or no, month. Excuse me. Yearly, he makes $3.8 million to $61.6 million. Wow. Woo, baby. Damn, that's a lot of money. 60 million. So he's probably in the middle. He's probably like 20 million, or I don't know. He's probably like 30 to 40, probably somewhere around there, probably. So
Alright, let's end the stream, man, because I'm gonna.
that's pretty fucking good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep.
No, you're good. I gotta get to sleep anyway. So.
By the way, how's it going for you, Chosen, with creative writing and shit?
I just finished my other semester. I have some two short stories that I'm working on editing, and then
That's good. That's good.
hopefully I'll get them published.
But, like when it comes to your series, that's why Ray's is gonna take a look at yours and Dan's, because, well, we respect you more because, well, obviously we don't respect Dan you more because you don't shove it in our face, and two, Dan is it, but you're actually going to school for writing, so it's like
Wait,
we
that's
take you
not
more
the real
seriously
one.
because
What
you're.
are you talking about?
What?
This is not the real Epic Zombie Killer.
What? Oh.
He doesn't have 252 subs.
Yeah, exactly, but it has the same picture as him.
That ain't him.
No, I also found a good one too.
That's not him though.
Yeah, the real one for some reason has a higher rating.
I don't know what to tell you about that. That's his freaking social blade. I mean, obviously, a C and a C for him. That's wrong. You know what I mean? They're incorrect about that. He should have a C minus, if that even. But there's no way he has freaking 252 subs. And 349 uploads. Bullshit on that.
Here, I'll send the real one.
There's no freaking way. Yeah. Yeah, 32 subs. That's about right. I know that. And that is his channel art too. I don't know about his profile, but yeah, he lost 3 subs in the last 30 days. It's actually 4, but okay. $16 a year. Well, I'll be damned. $16, huh, Mr. Epic? I see you. The only reason why he's probably making more than you, Deadwalker, is because he's uploading more. That's the only reason. But he ain't doing shit. He's he's vat-toed. Appreciate the likes, by the way. What's up, Catch 'em all? Real Epic only has 32 subs. Rip. Yeah. Facts. Yeah, that's funny. Well, that was really good. I hope you guys did enjoy. We had a good conversation there. I loved it. We went over a lot of good stuff, and it was great to have you on, Chosen. Wonderful that you were able to join us. And And we had a great time for sure. Don't know much about Epic, but he sounds like a clown. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good definition for him. The clown.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Alright, you have a good one, my friend. Stay tuned because my Family Guy frickin' stream, those motherfrickers, maybe I should have stick to 3 episodes. I don't know. It could have just been the particular episode. I don't know. Hard to really say. They're inconsistent. Unfortunately, the stream got blocked, so I apologize on that. Hopefully, you were able to watch that stream while you could before it got blocked. So I'm gonna have to kind of do some editing on that one too. So I'll keep you guys posted on when I'll get that out. Maybe this weekend I can kind of screen record it, you know what I mean, and at least be able to get the funny reactions, the funny parts of those episodes, you know, where I'm laughing and stuff like that. And so hopefully that one won't get blocked. Shouldn't. It's on a smaller channel, so hopefully not.
Okay, I'll see. I'm gonna go dip. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you have a good one, man. Show love to Deadwalker. Link in the description. Show him some love. For sure, for sure. So definitely do stay tuned for that. I'll keep you guys posted. I reacted to season 2, episode 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Family Guy. All Epic could do is make balloons, lol. Right. Facts. So yeah, so I will surely get those bad boys out. As quick as I can. Like I said, during the weekend, I'll probably do that. It's gonna take me a hot minute, obviously, because I'm gonna do portions of it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to do the whole thing. I'll probably do the beginning of it, and then I'll do bits of it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So unfortunately, you won't be able to hear the whole thing. But this is just so that way then you're able to see the best parts of it. Just because, you know, if they're a little bit more stricter on certain episodes, you know what I mean? I don't want to risk it getting blocked again. You know what I mean? So hopefully that won't be the case. Same thing with the movie, on The Unholy. I'm going to do the same thing. Find the best reactions or the best parts. I'm not going to show anything, since in the stream I don't show anything anyway. You just hear it. So I'm just going to go with that for right now. And then when I eventually get a PC, I might eventually, you know, show little clips here and there type of thing. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with, you know, you can hear it and then you'll see the best parts of my reaction to it. So that is how I'm going to do it. But yeah, I'm going to chop it down a little bit so that it's more condensed, more edited, you know what I mean? And then hopefully as we continue with Family Guy, hopefully we won't have that issue. I'll knock it down to 3 episodes instead of 4, and I'll just stick with 3. Because that just might be the magic number. So it could just depend on the episode too. There could be a particular episode they're a little bit more on, maybe, I don't know. So but yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pick the best parts of my reaction to Family Guy, and same thing with the movie and The Unholy, and pick the parts where I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Those kind of parts, because those are the parts you surely want to see. You know, obviously I'll do the beginning intro part and then the outro part. I'll have that in there. You know, so like I said, subscribe to my second channel. that's where I'm going to upload it. I apologize for it getting blocked, but there's nothing I can do on that. So it is what it is. You know, I didn't think they were going to block the Family Guy one. That one shocked me. You know, it was up for what, a day and a half or something like that, or half a day or something. And then all of a sudden I went back on there and I saw copyright, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's probably just a. And then I clicked it, and then it said blocked, and I'm like, what? I'm like, really? They blocked it? Bunch of fricks. So, you know, they blocked that one, but they didn't block the other ones. I didn't understand that. You know, I did not understand that. Okay, whatever. Very confusing. So, so yeah, so like I stated, I'll have a separate playlist for Family Guy. I'll have the own, you know, Family Guy playlist on the main channel, you know, and then I'll have a separate playlist on my second channel, and that will be for the ones that do get blocked. So they'll be their own playlist. So unfortunately, you'll have to go back and forth, you know, but I'm gonna have them condensed in their own playlist, so that way then, if you need to find those particular ones, you'll be able to find them. So. So yeah, sorry that it's more complicated, but you can thank the copyright owner for making it more complicated. So, being inconsistent with blocking and unblocking. He didn't even copyright the other two. That's the funny thing. I can make money off of those other two. That's technically I could if I was monetized. Now, maybe that would be a different story. Maybe then they would have been like, oh no, you know what I mean? Maybe now, because I'm not monetized yet, maybe that's why they're like, whatever, you know? But maybe if I was monetized, maybe they would have been like, yeah, no, you know, they'd be on point every time, maybe, I don't know. But technically, you know what I mean? Technically, I would be getting paid for it, you know what I mean? Because they didn't copyright strike me, so, or they didn't claim it, so. But yeah, so I'll stick with 3 episodes from now on. I'm gonna take a break for a bit now, you know what I mean, and when I come back to it, I'll do 3 episodes. So I did 7 through 10, so I'm gonna do 11, 12, and 13. So I'll do that, and hopefully it won't get blocked. So hopefully, can't promise anything. You already know if it does. I'll do the same thing like 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, excuse me. Excuse me. I'll keep you guys posted on that. The weekend is what I'm going to look for the. I'll probably do the Unholy one first, and I'll skim through it. You know what I mean? I'll try to find the funniest parts, and then I'll put it together. I'll do it on my iPad, connect it, do the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then I'll upload it to my second channel. There you go. So that will be the scoop. I wouldn't even give him that much credit, Storm. You're generous, huh? You're right. Yeah, facts on that one. But anyways, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Would appreciate it. Part of the Rovers Army. We're at 1146. I do appreciate the new subs. Thank you. Much love. We're 54 subs away. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Playlist for Walking Dead Thursdays will be in the description. Check that out. Check out Deadwalker. Link in the description. I'll add it in there. Subscribe to Super Batman Bitches. Link down below. As well as my second channel, Over His Reviews. Also down below. Follow me on Twitch. I was going to do that Twitch stream, but we decided to linger on with the Walking Dead Thursdays, which is fine. So I will probably do that Fallout 4 stream either tomorrow night or if not tomorrow night, then definitely the weekend. So Saturday or Sunday, either one. And I'll probably do 2 streams. I'll probably do Resident Evil 4 and Fallout 4. So stay tuned. Lots of fire content on the way. Don't want to miss it. hit that bell on. Be part of that 22.5% that will never miss a video or a stream, as they'll be notified. And stay up to date with me on my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, True Social, down below. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Over to sign out. Peace. Have a good one. Much love. Stay safe.